Hello and welcome everybody to Game of the Month discussion number 44, where we are talking about Samus and just Samus, not any specific game. No, we're talking about Metroid Prime 4. Joining me this month, we got a full house here. I love this. Got 3/2. Look at that, full house, 5 cards. Yes? No? I don't know. We're just a little psychotic, and that's okay. But very excited to be talking about Metroid Prime 4 this month. We have waited 18 years since the last Metroid Prime game for a continuation of this version of 3D Metroid. And so, thank you all for joining me. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves, guys? We'll start with Ryan here in the middle and just work our way along.
Okay, so I'm Ryan, or Rewind, as we can go by, and yeah, I have actually never played any Metroid game before this one, so this is my introduction to Metroid. So I will definitely have a different perspective, I guess, because there's no nostalgia attached to it.
That is amazing. I'm very excited to hear this, actually. Like, that's fun.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about it, to get opinions from people too that have played it, all the other ones, you know.
Yep. All right.
Who's next? Me?
Yeah, we'll do you next. We'll go stagger here.
Sure. I am Will. I have played Super Metroid. Didn't really get into it. Didn't understand the Metroid hype, and then they came out with the Metroid Prime remaster. Figured I'd give that a shot, and I loved it. I thought it was so good. I was like, okay, now I get it. So then I became hyped for Metroid Prime 4. So I had to play, and here I am.
Oh yeah. All right. Take it away, Wiz.
We talking about like Metroid history, or
Yeah, if you want to.
anyone who's watched
just do an
these
intro.
knows who I am, but
Yeah. Wiz is our current
here's the one thing
constant
though.
co-host.
You said 18 years, and before somebody can go to the comments and do it, I'll push my glasses up my nose and be like, "Are you forgetting about Federation Force on the 3DS?" There, I had to do it because if I didn't, someone else is gonna go to the comments and do it.
It's true.
Okay?
It's true. 2017. 2017.
I had to do it.
Continuation of Samus's story. Then
I was gonna say other M, but that wasn't Prime either, right?
No, that was not one of the Prime games. That one.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw the hot take out there right now is that other M translate the series to 3D better than any of the Metroid Prime games for the traditional sense. So take that as you will.
Fighting words, as if you didn't get enough heat in the comments when you did your other M review. But
well, yeah, I mean, people just don't like the truth. People rebel against the truth all the time. It's nothing new. But you can't deny that the gameplay style of other M is more like traditional 2D Metroid than the Prime games is. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you have to like the game. I'm just saying the gameplay is more in line with 2D.
Yeah, for me, the Metroid journey, I learned about Samus through Super Smash Bros. On the N64. That was the first time I ever heard of that character. I didn't play a Metroid game until I think it was around 2004, maybe 2005. Whenever Nintendo did the GameCube bundle that had the Platinum GameCube with Prime attached or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's where I played my first Metroid game. I did not really understand what I was in for with all the backtracking, and they're just kind of like, here's a sandbox, figure it out. So I didn't get very deep into the first Prime game at the time. Played other M in college. Didn't really touch the Metroid series until recent years, where I've been going back and like in earnest trying to, do stuff with it. Dread was fantastic. I would love to see that studio do more 2D Metroid.
Dude, Mercury Steam, heck yeah. Play the what was it, Castlevania Mirror of Fates for 3DS, or the HD release that they did on PS3 or 360.
I have not played those now.
Yeah, that's where I first heard their studio name. So good times. All right, Mackay, welcome. Good to see a new face.
Okay. Yeah.
So how'd you get started on Metroid?
So when I was a kid, I got a Game Boy for Christmas. I think I was about 8 years old. And my very first video games was Metroid Zero Mission.
Ooh, yeah.
Out of like 3 games, it was one of the very first ones.
Absolutely beautiful game to start with.
And then I played Metroid Fusion, and I played most of them, but 2, I think. So yeah, I have some experience with Metroid.
2 is definitely worth going and
Nice.
checking out. Very quick game.
Yeah, that one's Zero Mission's a little too easy.
Yeah, 2. The navigation in 2 can be interesting when you first start out, but it's a pretty simple game. I think I beat that one like
Yeah.
4 hours. But nah. No, that's fantastic. Like one of the first games, Metroid Zero Mission, like a great start. Like I'm so happy that remake exists. Honestly, like yes, it's easy, but it's still fun to see it in that form over the NES original, which is still fantastic to play, but yeah. Anyway.
Now that's the one that adds the stealth segment at the end of the game, right?
Yeah.
It is. The
Okay.
one-
It adds new story to it, but it's still too short.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
just
we
don't.
made you play all of the games, right? We made you play all the games on stream.
Yes,
We
you
did.
did. I didn't stream all of them, but I did review every single Metroid game this year on my YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
2024 was when Ice's YouTube channel became a Metroid channel.
25.
25, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
25.
yeah, we're in the new year.
Yep.
I'll get used to that eventually. We're only
Yeah.
a weekend.
So I replayed every single Metroid game in 2025, and then Prime 4 came out December, and I finished that within a couple days. So I did play and complete every single Metroid game ever released in 2025.
That's insane.
This is what happens when you let people vote on your channel what to do.
Yep.
This is,
Yeah.
you know,
that
the
was fun.
Senator Palpatine, I love democracy.
That one was fun, man. Like that was a fun marathon. I won't deny that. Like it really made me see that Metroid's one of my favorite Nintendo franchises, along with Pokemon. So but anyway, like I wasn't a stranger to Metroid before y'all made me do that because I played the original and Metroid 2 a lot at a friend's house. And while we never beat them, while I was around, they beat them themselves later. But like I did play a lot of Metroid 1 and 2, and it wasn't until Fusion was releasing that I really got obsessed with the franchise. I just saw an ad for it and was like, I need to own it. And so played that obsessively and then got Prime 1 and then finally went back and actually played like Super Metroid because I'd never even touched that one. And so, yeah. And everyone freaks out when they find out that I played through Super Metroid on a modded Xbox through emulation. That's how I experienced Super Metroid. That's how I did Zero Mission too. I emulated that on my original Xbox.
See, and I experienced Super Metroid through the Wii U eShop. We were talking before, so I've got the Club Nintendo Metroid shirt here. I guess it's a NES Remix 2 shirt.
Yep, I got that shirt in my closet.
Yeah,
Mine's in a lot worse shape than yours.
Yeah, I used my rewards points to get Super Metroid on the Wii U at one point, so that was how I experienced that game.
I think I did that too,
That's
honestly.
cool.
Didn't know what else to use the points for.
Well, that was back in the day when they let you use your points to just get full video games.
Yeah, back when things were cooler, just like everything else in the world. Things were just cooler 10 years ago. But
Yeah,
anyway.
especially Nintendo.
Man. See, that's what's funny. Like, the Wii made me really lose interest in Nintendo, and the Wii U was like, dude, I love this.
That was the same thing with me. I dropped off for the Wii, and then I came back with the Wii U.
Yep.
Even though everyone hated the Wii U.
Yep. And, but anyway, back to the topic at hand of Metroid Prime 4. So, again, people that have been fans of the Metroid Prime series have been waiting for a continuation of Samus's story since Prime 3 released in 2007. And so, yes, there was Metroid Prime Federation Force. I think it... like, people argue whether or not it should have been called a Metroid Prime game. I mean, obviously, it does need to be called a Prime game because that is the series of events that is leading directly into Prime 4. And so, I think it's fair to call it a Prime game, especially given its shooter focus. So, yes, I guess we did have a Prime game since, but this is like the true continuation of the franchise that everyone's been waiting for. And so... this game originally got announced, back in 2016? Was expected to release in 2017-ish? or 2017, 2018-ish. I'm a little fuzzy. I looked this all up like a month ago when I did my review on it. But you know, I filter out information a lot.
It was announced, I want to say, like the second direct that Nintendo had with the Switch, I want to say, and it just like it gave us the 4, just said Metroid Prime 4
Yeah.
that it was happening.
Yeah.
It was like the second or third direct.
Yeah, so that would be 2017 then. And then it was expected to release like 2018. And
Yeah.
it was, the rumor has it was supposed to be developed by Bandai Namco Singapore, which Nintendo just acquired last month, for anyone that saw that acquisition. But it apparently got stuck in development, got rebooted in 2019-ish or so by Retro.
Yeah, it was 19.
Yeah, so there we go, 2019. And yeah, development was not smooth. And when you get to the credits of the game, you can see that there was like 20 different studios involved in helping get this game across the finish line. And so there's been a lot of online discourse around this game that has been somewhat ridiculous, in my opinion. There's some things that are legit, like criticisms, that I don't necessarily find as a problem myself. But it's been very interesting watching the reactions to this game, and man. All I gotta say is I really loved my playthrough of this game, and yeah, I'm really excited that we get to talk about such a new release on Game of the Month. For it's gonna be the first time ever we've done something this close to a release. Like this is exciting. But let's go ahead and start off with story. Like, you know, let's just talk about the story a bit. This is where we typically start these, so let's talk about the story, everybody. What did you all think of the story of Metroid Prime 4? And if you haven't played Prime 4, this is going to be a spoiler fest, so just going to let that be known here. I don't want to worry about having to contain spoilers on this, so just let it all rip.
Okay. Can I tell you, because I don't normally like script things ahead of this, but I had one while I was actively playing this game that I said, I'm going to say this in Game of the Month discussion. But what in the somehow Palpatine came back or returned was that with Samus surviving the magma explosion?
Yeah, that was trippy.
What in the Palpatine Returns was that with the robot and the 2 soldiers surviving in the mines?
Yeah, that shouldn't have.
The plot armor was insane. Like,
and then it didn't even
I thought
matter
they were
by the
dead.
end.
Yeah. That's those are probably my two biggest I'd say the mines part is my biggest criticism, because it's like the lava part, it shows her running to a side exit, and it's like, sure, she could jump on Viola and escape. It's still sketchy as crap, but I'm willing to overlook it. But the mine part, yeah, I think we need to do some
which, like, the mine in general, because like the whole self-sacrifice thing was completely pointless the first time. They're literally burrowing through the floors and the walls. What makes you think they can't burrow after her? So the first self-sacrifice was pretty pointless on its face. By the time we do the second one, it's like you yourself saw what happened when the first guy sacked himself, and it did literally nothing. What do you think you're going to accomplish here with this? You know?
Yeah. And then the ending just kind of undermines the whole thing anyway. Like, that's the problem. That whole segment got rug pulled by the end of that segment, just to then again be rug pulled by the ending. Like, it was just, we're just diving straight into what is the worst aspects of this game's story. I like it, I guess. Because
it's been on my mind for a month. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot, because it's just poor writing there, right? They're like, we're gonna evoke an emotional response, but it's a meaningless one.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the problem. If they had kept those original self-sacrifices intact, it would have meant a lot more than what we got in the ending, in my opinion.
And you still have other squad members you can sack later on in the story.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I'm thinking that if you are going to have like a self-sacrifice thing happen there, you have to go through with it. You can't say, "Oh no, that didn't actually happen." You
Rug
have to follow
pull.
through. They either sacrifice themselves or just don't even have them sacrifice themselves. Do one or the other.
Yes.
I'm stealing a line from 2022's Spirited. It's like your sacrifice would have no meaning if there were no consequences.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess if they just left it to the like specialist Miles McKenzie at the end, it would not have been hard to press the button to leave. You know,
You'd
had to
still
give
have the
some
sniper.
She
hesitation.
killed all of them.
You'd still have the
Yeah.
sniper.
I guess that's true.
Well, I
And
mean,
depending on whether or not he successfully converted you to his religion or not, maybe you save him, maybe you don't. I don't know.
that.
Right? That was very odd. Where I was like, I didn't realize there was a preacher on board here.
I liked it
Yeah.
actually. I really liked it because again, Metroid has been a franchise of you get no character development. Everything, the entire story is told through like it's told through the scenery. It's told through what you are finding as you explore. And so that's why when Fusion came out and all that, like I really enjoyed actually getting a character out of these stories. And so another reason why I like Other M when other people don't. They think that it ruined Samus's character. And I'm like, Samus's character wasn't really ruined. It was just never actually explored because of technical limitations. Like,
Yeah, it's like your character development came through the manuals, and modern games don't have those.
yeah. And I mean, if
Um,
you go back and read secondary source material, like that was the only way to get a character out of these games until Prime 1 and Fusion, really. And so,
I'll say too with the Marines, it was weird how chatty they were while Samus was totally silent. And while I like get that she's a silent protagonist, I
She's
could
not,
not buy
though.
into any bond whatsoever.
She's not,
here's the
though. That's
thing-
the problem.
Here's the thing
Yeah.
on top of it, and Rewind and I were chatting about this via text message a couple weeks back. The absolute disrespect of recasting Jennifer Hale, and then you don't even have Samus talk. Like, you got a new
Right.
voice actress for the sole purpose of doing grunts and pain cries.
Well, I mean, that's all Jennifer Hale did in Prime 1 through 3,
I
too.
know, but here's the thing. So why even re-record that, right? You have those sound effects. You have the efforts. You don't need to record new ones. You only need a new voice actress if you're like gonna have new lines, right?
Yes. Yes.
Especially because yes, you have a lot of cutscenes and you have a lot of dialogue, and it's very weird for Samus to either simply stare and not react at all, or just do a single head nod and then that ends the scene.
Yes, it's pretty ridiculous, to be honest. And that's, again, my second biggest complaint of this game is the fact that they were so afraid to let Samus speak again after Other M that they went the complete opposite direction to the detriment of the game itself and the story as it was being presented. Because again, oh, Samus, what do you think about this? No comment, no movements. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay, let's do it. It's like, all you had to do was say the psionic stone in her forehead makes it so she can no longer use her vocal cords. Like a simple line just like that explains it all away and removes the problem. But they don't have that, so it's just, no, Samus is just a freaking shut-in mute for no reason all of a sudden, and it's like...
Look, she doesn't talk to plebs, okay?
I know, right?
Yeah.
The Galactic Federation is beneath her speaking.
Someone tries to talk to her and then she doesn't respond, and then they say something like, "Oh, you're not going to say something, I see," or "Woman, a few words," or something, I think. Do I remember that correctly?
I think one of them said that, yes.
One of them said
Yeah.
that. But I mean, here's the other thing. That also makes the one relationship with the fangirl Marine all the more weird.
Yes.
That she's never met Samus before. She just heard about her. And now Samus is completely dissing her, but she's just like, "Senpai, notice me," throughout the
Yeah.
whole game.
See, that's the other thing that I called out specifically in my review. It's like, all right, Samus, so what's our mission here? And instead of Samus being like, we're looking for keys, it's like, no, I'm going to bring up this convoluted holographic map or holographic projector and then broadcast the keys across that instead of just being like, looking for keys so we could go home. Like, it's stupid. It ruins like it
They,
ruins
they
so
should
much
have
of the
done the
game.
Master Chief approach, right? The Master Chief, where he talks a
Yes,
little bit, not much,
exactly.
just
I would have
getting
been okay
his
with
point
that.
across.
Yeah.
It's the Metroid Dread approach at that, even, because think about Metroid Dread. Samus doesn't talk in that except for like 2 or 3 times. And that's all that's needed.
Yeah,
Or
'cause we
again,
didn't
a
have
simple
anyone for her to
explanation.
talk to in
I
that,
got a
really.
psychic crystal in my head, so I can't use this anymore. It's like that would have fixed it all, but it's just such a stupid, like knee-jerk reaction to the reception of Other M, is what it comes off as feeling like. It's like Other M was received so badly because Samus talked in it, so let's make Samus not talk at all. And it's like,
I don't think it's because she was talking, though. I think it was because of the content of the dialogue.
well, localization
Like,
issues aside,
yeah.
it was
I mean,
the
that
wrong
game was
lesson
full on
to learn.
Senpai noticed me as well.
Yeah, it was the wrong lesson learned. That's all there is to do about it, because it makes all of the character interactions feel completely awkward and weird. And there's a lot of hate about including the Federation Marines to begin with. And so I liked it. I liked that there was an explanation for them being there. I think there should have been more. Like, because the whole base gets warped there right in the beginning of the game. And it's like,
Let me point out something. Why are the pirates not teleported?
yes, exactly.
I was
Yeah.
wondering that too. I was expecting like
Exactly.
a twist where they'd show up at the end or something.
See, that's what I'm
I thought
saying.
we'd be
Like,
fighting them for the keys.
yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, the story is honestly the weakest part of this game, hands down, no questions asked. And it's unfortunate. Like, there's just a lot of weird things that they decided to do. Because in the opening, after you beat the first little boss, you see that the key goes off. It goes through the entire base. So how is it only like 5 people, 6 people get warped there? None of the enemies get warped there except for invisible Metroids that infect all of the bosses.
That was the other thing.
Yeah, it's like all the
You
bosses
don't
are
see the
Metroid
Metroid
fused.
show up. You see a Metroid in the first mini boss fight, and you don't see a Metroid for the rest of the game. But the scans tell you they were there and affected them.
Yep, it made no sense.
Pure
And-
exposition.
And
They're
again,
like, they're here. Don't worry, they're here.
And this all comes down to the fact that they didn't know where to take this game, and it unfortunately shows. I still think this game is fun and worth playing, don't get me wrong. Like, we're bagging on it pretty bad right now because, again, the plot is
Yeah, we're
worst
gonna
aspect
boomerang
of the
around
game.
to what we like. Let me ask too, because maybe I just missed it. Because I only got like a 94% on the scanned items. Apparently, I missed something somewhere.
Mm.
Did we ever get a clear indication of what Silex's original plan with the relic was at the Marine base?
I don't think so.
Do we know what he was planning to do with it?
I don't think so.
Because I mean, you invade a Federation base, that's a pretty big swing. And especially he shows up, with the pirates, he shows up with Metroids in tow,
Mhm.
which, we don't, to my knowledge, address how he's controlling the Metroids or allied himself with them. So,
We only
like-
have the clue of that he stole the Metroid egg at the end of Federation Force, so it could have
Mhm.
imprinted on him like the baby did on Samus.
yeah, but we know that there's more than one because 4 of the bosses in Prime 4 are Metroid infested.
Yeah.
So he had at least 5 Metroids with him.
Yes. And I mean, he's
So-
probably been
But I mean,
breeding
like,
them.
I just mean, like, we get this set up, and it doesn't feel like it was ever explained, like, what the goal was, because I don't think he was planning to warp himself to an alien world.
No. And I
Maybe
think
he
Mackay
was.
also pointed out in Discord a while ago that they were actually mock droids than true Metroids.
I was thinking they're mock droids because if you check the interview for this game takes place after Super Metroid.
Yeah, I think we talked about that, how this takes place like not in Metroid Prime's story, but this is like a different thing that's going on, right?
Yeah, it's a whole new thing.
So it's the
The whole new
start.
fork in the
it's-
storyline.
Yeah, it pushes it forward, which I don't
I
think
just want to say,
I necessarily agree with.
I just want to say, Silex, I think Rewind could probably agree with me here because I've only played Super Metroid and Metroid Prime. I didn't understand Silex at all. He was just the bad guy. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know where he came from. He would just show up, you would fight him, and you'd be like, all right, I beat the bad guy. And like, that's
Yeah.
it.
So,
So-
because I think
I only knew he was called
introduced in-
Silex from the directs where they like said
Yeah.
that he's arch
Yeah.
rival Silex, and I'm like, what does that mean? I have no
Yeah,
idea.
so-
Well, and the funny thing, because I didn't play Federation Force, I understand like he comes from Federation Force, right? That's where he was
Prime
introduced?
Hunters.
Queen comes from
Prime
Hunters.
Sorry, yeah. Oh, Prime Hunters. Okay. But I was like, there's one cutscene, like a vision or something in Prime 4 where I was like, was Silex a Federation soldier and he feels like Samus let him down? Like, I don't know. This is kind of a bit of a stretch. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not as bad as Broly being angry that Goku cried, but it's still pretty up there.
It all really just comes down to the fact that they didn't get this story written to the extent they needed to, in my opinion. Because, again, Silex was introduced in Metroid Prime Hunters as one of the adversaries that you are competing against to get to the technology at the end of the game. Like, there's something that they're trying to get, but it actually ends up not being what they thought it was, and so
The MacGuffin.
they're going for that, and so Silex is one of the adversaries that you go against. And so Silex is, again, not even really in Prime Federation Force, except as a cutscene at the end, you just see his arm grabbing the Metroid egg. Like, it's not even like a full shot of him, really.
He's also in Prime 3.
Oh, yeah.
I think you have to 100% the game,
Yeah.
and then his ship shows up at the end.
Yeah, his ship shows up following Samus.
So we had an 18-year plot twist, I guess.
Yeah.
Seems like we could have spent 30 seconds on a cutscene explaining that.
Well, and that's the other problem, too, is that this game does include a pretty cool piece of Silex backstory lore, but the only way you could get it is if you have the Silex amiibo, or you get 100% scans and items to unlock it in the gallery later. But essentially, Silex was a Federation Marine squad leader, or like I don't know how many troops he commanded, but he was trying to get a weapon from a space pirate base, and the Federation told him to back off and let Samus handle it because they weren't equipped. And so he sends his troops in, and they all get wiped out, and he blames Samus for it. Besides his own
She
stupid
destroyed
self.
the weapon also.
Yeah, she did destroy the weapon. And so that's when he like goes against, like that's like when he must have left the Federation and then like built up his armor, became a bounty hunter to take Samus on. So like he's just got a lifelong grudge against Samus. Like that's all it is.
For kind of a
And what is
silly
that,
reason,
a log
too.
or something?
What was that?
That's like a log. It's like a log you unlock.
Yeah, it's a so when you go to the main
100%
menu on the
completion
gallery, you
reward.
can rewatch cutscenes from the game, and it's an unlockable cutscene that you get for 100%ing the game or having the
Gotcha.
amiibo. It's really stupid.
That's
Yeah.
incredibly stupid storytelling.
Yeah, it's awful because
we gotta call that out for a second. So I complained about this a little bit in Discord, but there's character limits. Like I've gotta say, like, I had my issues with like Iwata sometimes, but at least the man was a gamer, and so even if I didn't agree with what he was doing, I understood that he was trying. And our current, head of Nintendo is a businessman, and I'm getting increasingly annoyed with the nonsense. Like spending $70 on a game, and then there's 3 amiibo that come out that are 30, 30, and 40. So you have to pay $100 for the amiibo. Kirby Air Riders, $70 game, 2 amiibo, each $50. That's $170. You know, it's
that's pathetic.
Tears of the Kingdom, 4 amiibo, $30 each. That's $120 for the amiibo, 70 for the game, brings you to $190. Absolutely insane behavior, especially for it's a little piece of plastic with an NFC chip inside it. It's like 10 years ago, amiibo cost $10. $30 to $50 for amiibo is beyond insane.
Yeah.
That is not on track with inflation. There's no justification for that whatsoever.
Nope.
And
Other
then
than
adding another layer to that the amiibo used to just be unlock little extras in the game. You didn't miss out on anything. It's like, oh, hey, you want to dress up like Star Fox in Mario Kart? It's like, sure, you can dress your Mii up like that by scanning the Star Fox amiibo. No big deal if you don't have it. But now to tie literal functionality, like you don't get a soundtrack in the desert unless you buy the motorcycle. You don't get to understand the story unless you 100% the game and go back to it or scan an amiibo.
Yep.
Like this is crazy anti-consumer behavior.
Yep. And diehard Nintendo fans just lap it up, and that's why they could get away with it. That's the problem.
I am a diehard Nintendo fan, but
Not
I'm really
diehard
annoyed
enough.
with this current leader. I snuck out on my wedding night to buy
No,
a
I'm
Wii
sorry,
U.
you're not diehard enough. You're
No,
not buying every
no, no,
single
no,
amiibo.
no,
No, I'm sorry, you're not
no
diehard
one,
enough anymore,
no,
man.
no,
Like
no
you've
one is
become
more diehard
casual.
than me. No
You've
one else
become a
snuck out
casual
on their
Nintendo
wedding
fan
night
that you're
for a
not
Wii
spending
U.
$180 on these amiibos, man. Sorry to tell
No
you.
way. No.
I think there's a difference between
Nobody has
hardcore.
shilled Nintendo harder than I have over the years, but this is abusive behavior. Okay, we're in a toxic relationship right now, and
Absolutely.
that guy needs to go, and we need to get a gamer back in charge.
Yeah, there's a difference between hardcore and sycophant. Like those are two different things, I think.
This is why I make my own
That's
physical
true.
copies of PC games now. I'm done.
Yeah.
This is what I said. It's like I've shilled them harder than anyone else has, but like this is toxic now. We're being abused.
It's really bad. Amiibo, like I thought the concept of Amiibo was pretty cool for Smash Brothers, Wii U, and 3DS. Like I thought that was a pretty neat concept. It wasn't something I was gonna buy into because I don't need friggin' little figurines. And so I bought 2 Amiibo for Charizard and Pikachu.
Mhm.
And after that, I was like, no, I'm done. I don't care. Those Zelda ones, yeah, they look cool. I don't want them. And now with how they have become so extortionist with them, it's just not okay. Like again, the soundtrack for Soul Valley being locked on an amiibo is one of the most absurd things I've ever seen. Like this is horse armor like 5.0 times a million.
I'm not defending Nintendo, but if there just was no amiibo that unlocked music, would you notice? Would you be like, "There's no music here. I feel like there should be music here." I think that goes
do
over a lot
cover
of
that.
people's
I
heads.
do cover that in my
It's
review.
it's kind of weird though for the game to go silent and the only sound you're getting is like the motorcycle.
Yes
Like
and no, in my
there's
opinion,
like
though.
there's a certain element of where I was like, okay, we're saying it's barren, it's dead, like that kind of makes sense. But like it just kind of makes it
Kind of
more
like the
jarring.
game itself, huh? Like the
It,
desert section is barren and dead.
yeah,
See,
which
and that's
actually
part of what ties into it.
here's the funny thing about that actually, because when they first showed off the motorcycle, I've like flipped the table in my house because I was like, I don't want to hunt 900 Koroks, whatever the equivalent of that is in Metroid. Okay,
You don't
open
want the
world
golden
games.
turd.
It's like I'm married, I have kids, I have a full time job. I don't have time for this crap, man. Just give me a contained game, you know. And then I got into this, and I was like, oh, okay. They they kind of just phoned that whole open world section in, didn't they?
Yeah.
I was like, see, no, now what it turned into was like it was just an inconvenience, really. It's like, oh, I gotta go from Volt Forge to Magma Cavern, and there's no fast travel. Okay, cool. I'll have fun driving for 2 minutes or whatever it is. Like, it just felt like a time waster at that point. Like, you know, the like a poorly disguised loading screen.
All right,
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
hear from each of you who actually liked Soul Valley. I like Soul Valley personally. Anyone else here like Soul Valley, or am I just going to be the minority on this one?
It's
If I
kind of
never
cool.
see
at
Soul Valley
first.
for the rest of my life, it'll be too soon. That's what I have to say about it.
So I like the bike, but not Soul Valley.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't get the bike without Soul Valley. Like, where else would you be driving it around?
The Volt Forge.
I don't know.
That's where the
That's
racetrack
true.
is. That's where
You
you
can
get the
drive it
bike,
around
and
your
that's where the
3
racetrack.
tracks.
Yeah.
Why did the
Yeah, but that's like
Warren not build like pathways to each place? Like there's no like kind of like a highway or nothing. They just left it like that.
Well,
They didn't do anything.
the lore entries do kind of talk about how they wanted to move away from their machine era to a degree.
Yeah.
So maybe they destroyed them for their launching things. I don't know. Not explained enough.
Yeah,
But yeah,
they
so
didn't
basically
they didn't
it's
dismantle the mining facility.
yeah, so I mean basically the consensus is that most of you just dislike Soul Valley, and I think that's fine. I just like it because it kind of is like you're doing this is a very linear game. Like people try to market this as an open world game. It is not in any sense or variety an open world game at all. You are on a very scripted path. You cannot deviate from that path except to play around in the hub of Soul Valley. And so you'll do the intensity of one of the areas, and then you could just kind of like take a breather in Soul Valley, and I enjoyed it. And going back to the music aspect, it gives the game that sense of isolation that the franchise is known for, that is kind of lacking in a lot of the other areas. And so it's you and your bike, and like, I'm not the biggest fan of the combat cycle that they have while you're doing it, but I don't know. I just had a lot of fun driving around Soul Valley. Like, people complain about getting the green crystals. It's like, I got those naturally. I didn't have to go back and hunt for them at the end of the game when I was picking up all the mech parts, like a lot of people did. Like, I already had them by that point.
I thought the green crystals were going to be optional, so I ignored it till after I already had the third key in hand. And like at that point, I hadn't even hit the 25% mark. But
That's
the menu
rough
was nice,
then,
though.
man.
Well, except in a way, yes, and in a way, no, because yeah, I probably spent a solid hour just motorcycling around. But the thing was that since I had cleared 3 of the keys, there were green crystals everywhere. So I went from probably having 10% green crystals to having, close to 90, so then I went and traded in and I got 3 upgrades back to back.
Yep. See, that's
Which
why
was also nice because
that
I
was,
wish they told
yeah.
me that sooner because my complaint was that my blaster was so weak. It was
Yeah.
really annoying. And it's like, you mean I gotta get to 25% before you give me a decent weapon? That's garbage.
Yeah, and see, that's what I figured out after doing the Volt Forge. And so that's why I was like, oh, well, while I'm just driving around, because I want to drive around anyway, I might as well smash into these things and try to get to the next one.
It's funny. So I went from no upgrades to then having the radar, so I could just go knock them out, the rest of them. So like by the time you get the power bomb, I already, was like at 150, 160 something percent.
Yeah.
What I hated about the green crystals was that they were always in those like patches of 3, of a small one, a medium one, and a big one. I would always miss the small one, but I couldn't tell, like, do I have to get every single one of these crystals or not? So I spent every time hitting it and then like backing it up and then hitting it again.
Oh, I got to be big friends with the left trigger button to do the pivot.
Yep, you gotta do the slide. Halo 3 Warthog physics going on here.
Yeah.
So what happens is I get off the bike and shoot missiles at the small one.
Yeah, I started doing that too. Yeah, I started doing that too, but that made me even more upset because I'm like, this is disrupting the flow even more, so that I have to get off the bike.
There's so many that I just didn't even care if I missed a small little patch. I just drove to the next one. It wasn't even that big of a deal.
Well, because I thought you had to get every single green crystal. I didn't realize it was just a quantity that you had to do. So I was doing that for a while.
Gotcha.
I was relieved when I hit the 100%. I'm like, oh, good, I can stop doing this garbage side quest.
Yeah, it's an unnecessary addition to kind of prolong the game since the areas are more linear. Like, you could definitely say it feels tacked on, but at least they gave us a lore reason behind it to help grow the memory seed in the tree. So if I'm given a reason for doing a pointless task that makes sense, I don't mind doing that pointless task personally. And like, that's a me thing. Like, I'm not going to say that it's a good design, but I didn't mind it. Like, I don't mind that aspect of it. And again, after doing the areas and just strolling around Soul Valley for a bit on Viola, like, I'd spend like 10-15 minutes between areas just going around there, and it was kind of just a way to like zen mode out for a bit. Unfortunately, you get Mackenzie being like, oh, you obviously don't know where you're going, so let me call you 25 times. And that brings me to my third complaint about the game is the unnecessary Mackenzie calls while you're in Soul Valley. Like, outside of that, like, none of the stuff the companions do bothers me like it bothers other people. It's just that one thing, and it's like an easy toggle in the menu. Disable hints. We're good.
I'm curious too, because I was thinking a minute ago when you were talking about how linear the game is. Classic Metroid games always include subtle sequence breaks. Has anyone seen a sequence break in this game? Because I remember just looking at things and wondering, like, like there are things like you encounter sometimes early in the game. You're like, oh, well, that's obviously a super missile. That's obviously the boost ball, whatever, And it's like, I wonder if anybody's figured out how to get through these things. I haven't looked at the speed run for this game yet to see if there are any known sequence breaks.
I don't know.
'Cause-
But I mean,
Yeah.
sequence breaks are not designed into the game design. They expect you to go along a set path. It's players that figure out these breaks.
I'd counter argue that some of them are kind of planned. Like Dread has a cutscene. If you
Well,
sequence
yes, Dread
break
does.
for, yeah.
But I mean,
It's like
earlier
the-
games, like people getting
No. Earlier games,
Yeah,
no.
earlier
It's
games
not
are
like they
definitely
planned
not
that
designed
on
for that in mind.
the NES days, but
I'd say Dread is the only game that did have that designed in mind.
so. Anyways,
Man, Prime
Yeah.
1 has the best sequence break. Get space jump off rip. Have the whole game with double jump to make everything negligible. Like, oh, it's so good. But anyway, like, we kind of deviated off the story into some of the other game mechanics here, but before we truly move on to the full dive of the game mechanics, I just want to talk about the game's ending here. So, just kind of to run down what the entirety of the game story is. Samus is stopping a space pirate invasion of a Federation base that has a weird alien relic. Weird alien relic sends everyone to Weird Alien World. Weird Alien World is dead. And weird alien psychic thingy gets planted on Samus's head and tells Samus, "Can you take our memories to another planet so we could never be forgotten?" So that's why you're getting the green crystals. That's why you're getting the teleportation keys. And then at the end, you get to take on Sylux in his pissy self, and he has a great voice actor, by the way. Like, that was great. Really matches the tone. Which we'll talk about more later. But the end of the game comes down to all of your companions sacrificing themselves once again to let you teleport off the planet, which I think ruins Samus's character more than any other piece of Metroid lore in existence.
that she left them.
That she abandoned them, yes.
Yeah.
After refusing to speak with them for the entire time.
Yes.
Well,
Because, I mean, it goes against Samus's established character in practically every other Metroid game where something like this comes up. She sticks around to take care of it.
there's a very clear answer. Okay. The donation at GDQ was for kill the animals, and that's what happened here. All right.
Yes.
Save the animals lost, kill the animals won. So we
Yes, and
we
so
left them. We
when I
peaced
was
out.
when I was streaming the game, I sat there for a while before I finally pressed A to initiate the teleport sequence. And so when my son was playing through it, he sat there and didn't press A, and everything just explodes and you get a mission failed menu and have to reload and just press A, essentially. So there's no multiple branching paths like I was hoping there was. And I'm really disappointed by that. Because, one, it's like, yes, Samus needed to use the teleporter to get out of there while it was still functional. But two, Samus doesn't do that. Samus goes and stops the aggressor, and they have so many resources at their disposal. If they take Sylux out, they could repair the stupid teleporter.
Yeah, they got Mackenzie there. And then add on top of it that we already saw earlier in the game her willingness to sacrifice herself without thinking about it at the magma caverns. Right? So yeah, that's the thing. That I didn't like that ending either, because it just really
It
felt
was awful.
yeah.
I
But I
thought
mean, I
the
did call
ending.
it though, because I was playing it in the living room. My wife's there, and the fight with Sylux. He goes over the edge. I went, "Oh man, no body, not dead."
Yep.
That's
Yep.
the
That's
rule.
exactly what I thought.
Wasn't the ending just like so abrupt also? It's like you're getting off and then Salix is here and then you fight him and then you beat him and then you leave and then it's like a little cutscene in the end and it's just like, that's it? That's the end of it?
See, that part in and of itself isn't the problem, because this is supposed to be the first of a new set of games. So we could expect Samus to be looking for, what was it, the 12 other Lemorn that warped off of the planet to look for help.
Oh, they
She'll
all
be searching
did.
for one of them to find a way back to see if any of them survived and bring reinforcements. Like, that's a logical step that we're heading in. So the abruptness of it isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's a Halo 2 cliffhanger.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I'm not necessarily mad at it for doing that because the hope is that we will get more games. Not sure if we actually will or not. I hope we will, but it's just
Yeah, just give it 18 years.
I know, give it another 18
I'm
years.
thinking too, right? It's like
Yeah. It's
wait
just
forever.
people complain so much about Fusion ruining Samus's character, Other M ruining Samus's character. This game literally has a contradiction of Samus's character contained within itself. Like, that is not okay to me. Ending was bad. Ending was bad,
Yeah.
and it should feel bad.
Yes. Which sucks because like the whole game is like I feel like it's a decline. Like it starts so strong, then it starts getting iffy where you're like, all right, we got this big desert area, which is like I'm just hitting green crystals here, and then it ends so quick, and it's just like, man, it started so well, and it just kind of lobs to the finish line,
Is it
right?
weird how close to the end you get both the super missile and the power bomb?
Kind of, but
Like-
at the same
like,
time,
it
a lot of
felt
Metroid games have the
so
power bomb
late in the game.
super late.
Yeah, but it felt so late relative to what we were doing.
Well, I mean, think of Metroid Zero Mission. You don't get the power bomb until you finish the stealth section of the pirate ship. You have it for like 5 minutes and the game's over.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that was a good decision either.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it's not unprecedented. And I mean, even
It
in
just felt
Super
weird.
Metroid, you don't get the power bomb until close to endgame 2, all things considered.
It just it comes so late that the power bomb actually feels like entirely pointless.
It does.
It's just
It does.
it's just for blowing up the big rock clusters, and at that point you've probably already got the green crystals you need.
Yeah. And that's
I
the
think
other
you
thing.
get a ton of green crystals when you break those blocks because I think the idea is that okay, you made it to the end, break these big things, and then you'll just get to as many as you need for the end here. I think that's what they were doing.
Yeah. If it had
Yeah,
been
once
used for
I
more puzzles,
once
that
I got
would've
the
been
power
good.
bomb and once I got the power bomb and went for the green crystals, I just went straight for those big rocks because I thought it would probably get me most of the way there, and it made it so that I was like slightly okay with the fact that it was done that way. But I wish it would have been explained. Don't even bother until you get the power bomb because I was just so annoyed.
Well, that's the thing too. It's
Like,
like
probably-
you don't
probably
want to
get-
avoid it
get
until the end
25
because then you miss out on the upgrade. And
That-
have
that
to
too.
make the game even
It's
harder
just a
than it
terrible
needed to be.
design all around, I guess.
I think
What was the
like
50% reward again? I'm trying to remember. The 25% was the upgraded blaster, and the 75 was the green crystal detector. What was the 50% reward?
I don't
I think
remember.
it increased the missile that you can control.
Oh yeah, the movement speed.
That's right.
Yeah, it made it
Lame.
go faster, I think, or
Yeah,
something like
that's
that.
right.
Yeah.
Kind of pointless in and of itself too. But
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the game is far from perfect
Mm-hmm.
because it was in development hell for who knows how many years. And there's ideas that are probably being requested to be added on from higher ups versus what the game actually needed to be. So again, Soul Valley, you could say that is a decision. We need an open world thing to kind of be like Breath of the Wild because that was so popular. It's like, no, we actually didn't need that. Again, I'm actually one of the people that enjoyed that section for different reasons, but yeah, you can obviously say that's tacked on because of the success of Breath of the Wild. Just as speculation. We obviously don't know the real reason they included it. But all these other little oddities just come down to the fact that they didn't know what they were doing with this game when they were designing it. It just needed to be made. And the fact that we got something as good as we did, all the flaws included, like, okay, now actually go into 5 with a plan, and we'll be good.
Good point.
Because the main gameplay loop, let's dive into gameplay now. The main gameplay loop is phenomenal. This is the best the Prime series has ever felt to me. Like, as just to play it, like everything about it feels fantastic. Like, it's fast, it's fluid. It has the traditional Prime combat system if you want to use it, or you could have such precision in the controls now that you don't need it. And that's cool.
Not to mention you can strafe in 4 directions instead of 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it has all the improvements players wanted from 1 to 3. And then they also, like on Switch 2, you have mouse controls with the Joy-Cons, the Joy-Con 2s, and those feel fantastic. The only problem is the Joy-Con 2 cramps your hand like nobody's business if you don't have some sort of grip to put on it. But the precision is fantastic. Again, like, there's battles where I wasn't even using lock-on because it was easier for me to just do manual first-person shooting aiming rather than lock on and then manually aim to the thing. And I loved that. Going in and out of Morph Ball, you don't lose speed anymore. Like, this is fluid. It feels good. Like, it is cool how seamless everything works together. The special weapons, I like that you can select them and they all have the one dedicated button and it doesn't take away your main beam cannon now, like past Prime games have. Like, I think that was all well done. Like, the core gameplay is so good. It is only let down by some really weird choices that they decided to implement.
So it's like the game mechanic was solid, but the world that it takes place in was not.
Yes, pretty much. And, people complain about this one being more linear than past Prime games. I was like, honestly, this one's not exactly that much more linear than Prime 3 was. Like, Prime 3 was one of the most linear games in the franchise by far. Like, and that being said, like, this feels like a natural continuation of 3 in terms of the actual playable worlds. So, like, it didn't bother me as much as it seems to bother some people in that regard, because it's like, Prime 3 did pretty much the same thing. Just areas were slightly bigger in their presentation, I'd say. I need to go back and look at the map to, like, say for sure.
I think the main thing was that Mackenzie said you can do the keys in any order, and that was just a flat out lie.
It was a flat
just
out
not even
lie.
have that line in the game.
It was an incredible flat out lie. You could
Yeah.
not go and do it in any order because you'd go there and realize, oh, I don't have what I need to get in here, and then have to go and do something else.
Yeah, because as I was driving, he said, "Oh yeah, you can do this in any order." So I'm like, "Oh, cool!" So I'll just drive to the first one I see, and then I was roadblocked immediately. I'm like, "Well, that was just not true."
Yeah, that's a
It
freaking
is
bald-faced
colorful.
lie.
But Silux took away your ability to go across the bridge.
That is true, but yeah.
No, it all comes down to it. Like, again, the game has a very scripted path it wants you to follow.
Let's just be honest about that. I think
Yeah,
would be my main
exactly.
thing.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that. The problem came from the fact that everyone was expecting this to be an open world game, when again, it is not. It has an open hub. And that is the distinction that I think keeps getting misinterpreted. Like, it's an open world game. It's like, no, it's not. It has an open hub. Guess what? Hexen had an open hub world. This is no different. You're still on a very scripted path. Technically, Hexen is more open world than this.
I was like, Mega Man Legends had an open hub world.
Yes, it did. It did. Yes. Like,
Yeah.
and that's the problem too. And like, Nintendo has like essentially abandoned marketing for this game already. Like, they just put it out there and left it to die at this point, which is unfortunate.
Do we know how the sales did with this game?
It is the highest sales of
entirely.
Metroid Prime games in Japan.
Yeah, we have some Famitsu numbers. Nintendo's quarterly report is, I think, on March 4th. That's where we'll learn how it did
Yeah,
globally.
I think it'll be just fine because all of us Metroid fans bought it. And
I'm sure
curious
it's
people
gonna be
bought it.
fine.
I don't think it'll have bad sales numbers. Like, it might not be anything astronomical, but I think it'll be doing just fine. It'll probably be a little bit under. I can't remember how well Dread did. I think Dread did like, what, 1.5 million or something like that? I don't remember. I don't think it'll do as
around
well as
3.
Dread, personally.
They didn't market as good as they did with Dread. They marketed the heck out of Dread.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nintendo's already abandoned this game. Like, you don't see anything about it anymore. At least I don't. Saw a
Yeah, me
lot in
neither.
pre-launch. After launch, nothing. Like, I still see stuff for Mario Kart World.
Yeah, their social team's interesting because, like, you're right. I haven't really seen them surfacing anything. Like, they did the NSO icons for a little bit,
Yeah.
but that was kind of it.
And I mean, they shadow dropped a Fire Emblem game on NSO this week.
Which that
Oh,
one they
yeah.
haven't
We're only
marketed at
recording
all either. The only announcement for that really was that the music got added to the music app.
Yeah,
They still haven't even updated the website to include it in the list of games.
yeah. So obviously we are recording this mid-January instead of end of January because we wanted to have fresh memory of Prime 4 for our discussion. And
We all
so
played it over the Christmas break.
it'll be a couple of weeks before anyone sees this, and by then the Fire Emblem GameCube drop will have been old news by a couple of weeks. So we're just dating this podcast a bit, but that's all right.
That's okay. I was sitting there looking and I was like, ooh, Path of Radiance was a pretty good one. It's hard, but then I was like, wait a minute. Through the NSO, you can make save states, can't you?
Yep.
I was like,
On
save
GameCube?
stating is
I think so. Doesn't the GameCube app have save states? Or does it not?
I don't know.
Does it have
I don't
read
know.
I think it
I don't know.
does make Prime 2 quite interesting.
I just don't use those functions
the
on
save
NSO.
rooms.
I got too into hardcore retro achievements, so save states and rewind don't exist to me.
well, I mean that's the thing, like I played that game on an actual GameCube. There was no save stating. There was
Yeah.
oh, you spent an hour and a half on that level and somebody you cared about died. Well, now you have a really difficult choice to make about
Yep.
whether you continue this save or whether you hit reset and lose an hour and a half of your life.
Yep. Indeed.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I'm looking forward to though? That game's
Hmm.
price is gonna drop so good. Hopefully.
You think so? You don't think it's gonna
A
just
lot of
double
games
check?
that have been re-released digitally like that, their prices have dropped significantly.
Yeah, sometimes it goes the other way though because it reminds people how much they like it and they want it.
Yeah, except
But,
for the
I'm
people that are
con-
going to be buying it
confirming,
are just
yeah.
going to play it on NSO now.
Nintendo's GameCube NSO page suspend points they have listed.
Yeah,
So,
there you
yeah.
go.
Oh man, that's gonna kind of trivialize some of the difficulty of that game.
Oh man, yeah, I guess it's true.
I mean, that's
Yeah, save states will break any game.
yeah. I mean, that's for sure. Like,
That one in particular because of the save rooms, though. Because you won't need them anymore. So
oh yeah, if they bring Prime and Prime 2 to NSO, yeah, not having to worry about save rooms would be brutal.
yeah, it might ruin the flow of the game.
It would make Prime
But-
2 bearable.
Yeah. But then it
Prime 2
also
is
might
still
make
the
it a
worst
little too
Metroid
easy.
game ever made. I don't care what anyone says. Horrible, horrible game. But yeah. Anyway, getting back to gameplay, this was one of the things that I absolutely, besides the smoothness of the gameplay and everything I've previously discussed, the fact that nothing feels like an incredible bullet sponge in this game was phenomenal to me. Like, fights were tough, fights were challenging. They hit you hard. You take a ton of damage. Yeah, that's pretty brutal, but the fact that you kill them just as quick as they kill you evens it out in my mind. And I was like, dude, I'm fine with that. Like, yes, these little robots hit hard. They are freaking glass cannons. That is awesome. They die. You freeze them, shatter them with a missile. Traditional Metroid Prime funness right there. You shoot them with the shotgun, they go down so fast. It's like, yes, this is great. Sure, they can kill me quickly. I don't care. I'm killing them quickly. They're not just absorbing these bullets. They're not turning invulnerable. They're not turning invisible like Prime 2 crap. Like, this is fantastic. This is a fluid combat system. Boss fights, oh my gosh, we get them into their vulnerability stages and they're just getting railed. Like, this is awesome. And then you get to Silex and he's like, all right, now I'm a bullet sponge. It's like, all right,
Have you
if the
tried
last
the
boss
hard
is the bullet sponge, I guess I can handle it.
I was like, was it for me or me only or anyone else? But the Silex Phase 1 fight was way harder than the 2 subsequent phases, right?
Oh yeah, hands down. He was a
Phase
bullet
one,
sponge.
Phase 1 was awful.
Yeah,
Phase
was
1
bullet
was
sponge
so much
content.
harder than, the space tube or, the space platform. Like, Phase 1 was, like, real bad.
Well,
Yeah.
I blame everyone dying, and you have to save them, and then you have to restart because they died.
See, I didn't have a problem
I
I
with
had
them
4
dying.
down at once.
I forgot about that. That was horrible. Where they keep
I-
dying and you keep having to revive
I
them, and
didn't
it's
have
just
them
like
dying that
only
often.
had the only person who went down for me was Mackenzie, but he went down multiple times. I had to keep reviving him.
Yeah, I
I
had
was
I'm not
Mackenzie
kidding me?
and the girl go down. I forgot her name right now.
Armstrong.
Armstrong. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
There, I had him go down a few, like 3, maybe 2 or 3 times. She went down like once, and I think Sarge went down once, but the revive was quick. Like, it's quick to target them and hold it, and like they get back up fast. Like, it's not like you're having to sit there for a long time to revive them. So again, it kept that pace going, even if you did have to revive them. But it is interesting how they were dying a lot more quickly for you guys than it seems like for me or Wiz. Like, they would dodge the attacks, they would jump over the things, and like
Yeah.
it
the
wasn't
only
a big
time
deal
where
for
it
me.
was when it was horrible was the final boss, where there's like all of them there,
Yeah,
and then something will happen where 2 or 3 of them will have gone down. Then you got to run to this one, revive this one, run to this one, revive that one,
Yeah.
revive all of them. And I feel like a babysitter, and if I die, no one's reviving me. It's like,
yeah, that's what I mean though, because that wasn't my experience with that fight. They were dodging attacks and putting in damage and work. Like, only one would go down at a time.
Yeah. I was like, while I was
I only had
reviving
one down
Mackenzie
at a
one
time.
Yeah. Sorry, go
But
on.
I was gonna
Had
say I
4.
only had one down at a time, but I did have it where it was like a 2-minute stretch where the second I would revive one, another one would go down, and so I was just ping ponging back and forth.
Yeah.
So I don't think I
That's
ever
so
had 2 down
interesting.
simultaneously, but it was annoying for that.
Yeah,
part of
that's
it.
interesting because that wasn't my experience at all. Like, my experience
maybe
was,
that
oh,
was just
Mackenzie's down,
me.
revive real quick,
We got
go
one.
and shoot at him a bit more. Okay, Armstrong's down, shoot at him a bit
find that
more.
hard
They're
to
up for a
believe.
while, and then finally Sarge goes down. Like that, like it felt
I don't know,
very fluid to me.
Maybe
in my
Ice and I
experience.
made Silex angry enough to just attack us directly. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
You should be focusing on Samus because she's the biggest threat. Don't focus on the others.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
like I actually liked them because they were contributing to the fight for me. Like, they actually put in noticeable damage. Like, it was cool. Like, I was like, dude, a game where it has a squad that isn't absolutely brain dead useless, like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I
So
think
that's
surely
going
like
there are
down.
really
other
curious
that
that
had my
it was
experience.
so different.
But they would go down, and I think if they're down long enough, you'll just get the game over screen because they died, and it's like, well, I didn't die. Like,
Yeah, I never
that's
saw
annoying.
that. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I had 4 down at once, and I didn't have time because it was too many, and I was getting attacked by Silex while I was trying to
Yeah.
heal him. So it was too hard to, and then I lost and had to restart.
Yeah, that's insane to me that it's so vastly different. That's crazy. And at the same
Would it
time,
be
it's
funny
like,
if
you know
Silex
what?
is like,
Maybe
you know
that's
what?
really cool.
Let's take 5. It'd be funny if Silex is like, let's take 5, you revive those guys, and then we'll get back into it.
That would be great.
Oh man.
It's just you and me, Samus.
All right. So, I talked about how like the normal enemies are really brutal and they could take you down really quick. Like, you run into the laser bots, or the one that has the sword. I guess that one does kind of turn invisible and teleports. I forgot about that. That one sucked. But like, that one gets you stuck in a corner and it's like you're dead really fast. And so like while you're exploring the normal stages, like you can get beat down pretty hard, and item pickups are not uncommon. Like, this game does a good job of keeping you supplied, but I feel like while I really enjoy the boss fights of the game, I think that they did trivialize the difficulty in them because they give you so many healing items and so many opportunities to get healing items that none of them truly are hard to a degree, because you just, I just need to do this, and all of a sudden I have 75% of my life back. And like, even during the Silex fight, it's like you rip off his little tentacles and it's like, all right, there we go, there's 50% of my life back.
Yeah, I don't remember having too much trouble with the games. Like you said, they give you enough resources and health back. I think I've died a couple of times, a handful of times, and that's usually because, like, during a boss, it'll introduce like a new pattern, like, oh, I'm doing this now. So then when you replay, you're like, okay, I'm gonna anticipate this guy doing this now, but yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, the trickiest boss fight for me was entirely self-inflicted, and that was in the Vault Forge, right? Like when you fight Silex for the first time. I, for whatever reason, missed that you could jump while you were in the like morph ball mode, so I thought you had to use the like little bomb thing to jump. And so
Ooh.
on the way to get back from the Vault Forge, I kept getting electrocuted because I couldn't get the timing right. And then I finally realized I could jump, but by that point I had like 30% left of my health. But I'm like, fine, I'll go find a healing item, and then Silex is immediately there, and so that took me like a half hour.
So
That's funny.
that brings up two different thoughts for me. Because one, I was thinking too, the game plays really well, except that I thought the bomb jumps in this game were ridiculously difficult to time. I
They
don't
were
know if anyone
horrible.
else.
Yeah,
I don't
bomb
know
jumping in this
anyone
one is not smooth.
Bomb jumping in this game was so bad, which might not matter, except that there were 2 or 3 upgrades that you had to bomb jump to get, and so that was really annoying.
Yeah.
But then the
I
other
don't
thing is
remember having issues with that.
like where you would have to use all 3 bombs to reach something. The timing on that was miserable.
3 bombs? Was that mandatory?
No, none of it was mandatory. It was optional upgrades.
Okay.
It's for like if you were gonna go like getting all the upgrades.
You don't have to
Yeah,
do,
no, that wasn't.
I think
wasn't
you
me
only
then.
have to do like a couple of bomb jumps on the spider rails.
Yeah.
That's the only time you have to use bombs to rely on jumps, so those are like those don't matter. Because Spring Ball took away most of the multi-jump problems instantly.
Yeah.
Like the inclusion of Spring Ball trivializes so much of that, which I'm okay with personally. I don't want to do bomb
But
jumps.
then the other thing was, and now that it's been a month since I played the game, the controls, like the buttons being different once you're in the morph ball for jumping and stuff, I thought was odd.
That is.
Like
That is.
it's really weird to have
That's why I
one
thought you
button.
couldn't jump. That's
Yeah, it's
that's
like
what's
because
me
you
off.
got a button. You're like, hey, look, when you're in first person mode, this button is jump, but which I think would B, and then when you're in morph ball, it's X, and like B is for your booster and A is for your bomb. But while you're in first person mode, you're pressing X to shoot at things. It's like, or Y to shoot at things. It's like, why did we swap all the controls between the two modes? Why isn't this the same? Like, why isn't my attack button, my jump button, my jump button? Like, this just doesn't make sense why we're doing this different schema. And so, like, I kept finding myself, like, messing up, like, what were simple things in the morph ball mode just because I was pressing the wrong button at times.
Yeah.
I definitely remember that being like, why did the jump change buttons here? It's like, how did they not realize, like, we shouldn't do that, right?
Because I don't even think, like, because while you're in first person, you can use L to jump, right? Like, you have a bumper jump, or am I
I
misremembering?
That's
think
you
so.
too, yeah.
I never utilized it, but I do believe that was an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Sorry,
was.
it's been since December 7th since I played this game.
Mhm.
Because then I let my boy play through it, and I haven't gotten to my hard mode playthrough yet. So yeah, I think it had a bumper jumper option, and I can't remember if you could use that while in Morph Ball as well to give you that consistent feel. At least I don't remember how I played through it, to be honest. So we could be actually in the comment section about that one, and I'd be okay with that.
Even if that was an option, it's weird. Then that makes it more weird because it means half of your jump buttons stayed the same and half of them changed.
Yes, it
Like,
is
that's-
weird, but at the same time, they
it's-
need to have a button for Boost Ball.
Yes, use one of the other unused ones, like right, like that's why it's so weird. Like you've got a jump function in both modes. Why does the button change?
Yeah,
You have an attack function in both modes. Why does the button change?
yeah.
Yeah, weird.
It is, but at the same time, I used the triggers to attack, so I didn't use the face buttons for that.
Yeah, it's
Because
just some like
DR, shoot,
or
ZL, or R is your secondary,
missile. Yeah,
BR is your beam cannon, so I used those. I didn't use the face buttons for attack, so I don't know. And I might have used bumper jumper. I can't remember, unfortunately.
Yep.
So I'm going to definitely keep that in mind when I dive into hard mode. I'm hoping to do that in the next week or two.
Have fun with that. I've been playing on hard mode, and man, it really is what it says it is.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
I I will say this: I did start my hard mode playthrough yesterday because I was recording footage for a controller review, and so I just played through the intro on hard. And I will say that it has introduced the bullet sponge mechanic. That's for sure. Normal is like the perfect difficulty for this game. I feel like you die fast, you kill fast, feels perfect. And then you go to hard mode. It's like, all right, now they're all bullet sponges, and I die faster.
They also,
So-
they do a lot of damage, and they take a lot of damage. So
Yeah. And
it's rough.
normally that would piss me off, but since it's on hard mode, I'm willing to forgive that because, again, it's not the expected way to play the game. It is an optional challenge. And so it's like, they're not forcing you to experience this. You have to beat the game to experience this. So it's like, you know what? That's fine. It's one time I'm okay with bullet sponge crap like that. Like, if that had been the traditional playthrough, it would have been like, ugh.
Yeah, bullet sponge is so like artificial difficulty.
I hate artificial difficulty so much. Like, it adds nothing to the experience except frustration.
Yep.
And it's like, even the satisfaction of beating, it's like, you know what? I should feel satisfied that I beat this, but I'm just so frustrated that it had to be this annoying in the first place. That's why I can't get into Souls games and things like that, personally. It's like, I don't care to be frustrated over nonsense. So yeah, another reason I didn't like Metroid Prime 2 as much. A lot of nonsense like that. Oh,
Man, those enemies had so many iframes. It was wild.
it was horrible. It's like
It's
that's
best
the
to play that
only
one
that's
easy,
the
man.
only time I hated that marathon you guys put me through is when I was playing Prime 2. Every other Metroid game, it's like, you know what? This isn't as good as this, but it's still enjoyable. I get the Prime 2.
Yeah, I was
You
like,
know what? There's
you-
nothing enjoyable about this. The
I was like, you didn't
environments
have
look
quite so
awful.
much
The
fun with
gameplay
3,
is
but yeah.
awful. Yeah. People that like Metroid Prime 2 are just masochists, and that's okay. It's okay. You can enjoy that stuff. If you enjoy that stuff, more power to you. Like, I'm happy for you. I never will. I will never enjoy frustration for the sake of frustration. But
So when are we gonna get you to play Only Up on stream?
never. $1,000 donation. There we go. No, that's way too
Getting
low.
over it?
That's way
Or
too
I
low.
was about to say getting over it.
Way too low.
Oh
Way too
man,
low.
I can imagine how mad you would get. That would be
Oh, I'd be
interesting.
so pissed.
You know, we can make it better. They have crowd control for getting over it.
No.
What?
No. No. Y'all saw how you saw how upset I was getting over Pokemon Red crowd control, dude. No. No.
You didn't need them running shoes, okay? You didn't need them. You're better than that. Look, we just saved you from going through the cave. It was for your benefit.
I know. See, that's the thing. It's like I have a lot of patience in some regards, but when you mess with my gameplay, like that's the straw that breaks the camel's back. Like, I will go from 0 to 100 instantly over that nonsense. It's like my daily life is like, yep, you got to show patience. You got to be patient about this stuff. Oh, that person's an idiot. We got to be patient with them. It's fine. Just be patient. Just be patient. I get into a game. You did what to my stats? Oh, man. That's where it all comes out. Got to have an outlet somewhere, I guess. That and throwing the salt right back at comments, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
That's a fun outlet.
I was like, yeah, anyways, drop a comment below and tell us what we got right versus wrong.
And we'll let you know how you're wrong. Wait, what? I
Now-
kid.
now
I
play
kid.
nice.
I
People
kid.
can,
I kid.
people
I
can have
kid.
good insights, okay?
I kid. I kid. But anyway, is there any other particular aspects of the gameplay that any of you found like particularly noteworthy? So, for me, it really was again the inclusion of the companions. I thought that they introduced them in a believable way. So, I mean, that goes more along the storylines. But when you first meet Mackenzie, you do a brief little escort thing, and normally escort things aren't my favorite thing, but this wasn't difficult, so I didn't really care a whole lot, and it's over super quick, so I didn't really have a problem with it. But I loved that they kind of give Mackenzie a role of giving you your upgrades, and I thought that was pretty cool that they explain how Samus is able to integrate this tech into her suit that way. Because most other Metroid games, you're using Federation or Chozo tech, so of course it's going to integrate with Samus's suit without problems. That's what it was built for. So this game being like, oh yeah, this is a completely different alien race, completely different galaxy. Like, why would this stuff integrate with her suit? And it's like, oh, here we go. We got a freaking 350 IQ engineer here that's like, hey, let me just change these wires around, and bam, there you go. I thought that was cool, personally. I don't know what other people thought about that. I thought that was pretty neat.
I thought it was all right. I thought that gives you an opportunity to once again go through the desert to get some more crystals. I feel like they were like, hey, let's get them back there, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, are there any enemies that we shot more times in this game besides the rock bud, the 3, beasts, and the 2 energy absorbers that you run into going from the launch pod to Mackenzie and back? Like,
That was
we
getting
probably
so tedious.
we probably blasted those, 3 clusters of enemies more than anything else in this game.
Oh, hands down. Hands down.
I hate them.
Oh, and so I guess also, the little rock buds spitting out bugs at the entrance to the, green jungle.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
ignored
Those
them.
those
I
No, no,
started
no.
to just make it a game of how fast can I run to not have to deal with these things. Like,
Yes,
what
I
amount
will
of
agree
damage
with
is too
that
much
part.
damage?
I will agree with
I
that part.
said
It
those-
did add to some of the tedium. That is
If
unfortunate.
it moves, it dies. Okay, red dot on my radar need to go bye-bye.
I will agree that it does add to the tedium. But yeah. Again, I'm all about lore, so there being an actual reason behind it makes me stomach it if it's an acceptable reason.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting, because you get the upgrades that you expect from a Metroid game, but they had different names because they
just
were
added
explaining it in
psychic
lore,
everything. It
right?
was so dumb.
Psychic boots and psychic ball, and it's like,
It's so dumb.
all right, we're being a little silly now. Like, let's just call these things what they are.
Yeah, it was really dumb. Like, saying psychic boost ball, you know what? Okay, because it had the psychic pads that you could boost into that would then appear. So that one, it was like, you know what? Okay. But the rest of it, it's like, yeah. Do we really need to add psychic to the
Well-
beginning of everything?
Look, don't question my bat shark repellent, okay? This is functionally what we did. It's like I got the bat pewter and the Batmobile and the Batcopter, and it's like I got psychic boots and I got a psychic boost ball and I got a psychic shot, and it's,
But what makes it psychic if it's the same as the way it already was before?
yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying the boost ball one at least had that crazy sequence of invisible, like, railing that you're being launched upon.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, even if it is like you have no control. You just
Nah.
watch a cool little
It was a
thing
visual
going on.
flair. It was a visual treat. It was Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always my favorite part of a game is to watch the game do something cool for me instead of having a hand in it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. But I mean, the psychic shot. We haven't even talked about the psychic shot yet, other than the speed boost that you get from getting the crystals earlier. Like, the psychic shot is one of the coolest additions in Samus's arsenal for me in this game. Like, I like that mechanic. I like having to use it in the boss fights. I like having to use it in certain puzzles. Like, I loved that addition personally. Yet I was too stupid to remember it existed every time I got into an encounter, though. I'd always forget it and be like, how do you do this? This is impossible. And it's like, oh yeah, I need to use the psychic thing that slows down time and I can hit multiple things at once. Derp.
Well, in part because you use it a lot in the early game, and then you just abruptly stop,
True.
and then there's just a full hand-picked spaces where you use it later in the game, and so yeah, by then you've completely forgotten because you have way better weapons than this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Lava World boss where like it
Yes.
dies, and then
Yes.
I'm like, now what do? I thought you had to like get on the motorcycle and go into the mouth, but you couldn't do that. So I was just like, I give up. Tell me what to
Yeah,
do.
I definitely thought I was supposed to morph ball down his throat and
Yes.
bomb him.
Because
Yeah.
that's what you're taught from Metroid 2. You morph ball into the thing's mouth and bomb it.
Yeah.
I tried that too.
Yeah. See, that's another one where I just felt really stupid because I used the psychic shot earlier in the fight. And then when I got it to that part where its
I
mouth
just forgot to
slack-jawed,
reuse it.
and I'm like, I can't morph ball into it. I die from the lava. What am I supposed to do? Maybe that remote control shot that you were using not 5 minutes ago. Numbnut.
I
mean,
realized something when you guys were talking about this. So I died to that guy 4 or 5 times, but I just realized I never used the psychic like multi-shot on it. So I was getting every attack on it individually on all the Metroids on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was taking me way longer to actually do anything, which is
Yeah.
why I kept dying. I think.
I didn't use the psychic shot until the finishing blow on him, but I had gotten to him with, a few hundred missiles in my capacity. So, I went full Dan DeVito. I just started blasting and I was like, this
Yep.
is fine. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was funny too, because like after I kind of figured out, I'm like, oh, when I pop one of these, he's gonna attack me. I started spreading it out so that I like weakened each of them without killing any one of them off, and then I would like fire madly. I'd get 2 or 3 of them at once. I was like, we're gonna skip some attacks.
Yeah. Somehow I didn't die to that fight. I came very close to it. You can see it on my stream VOD if you're ever interested. Like I got down to like 20 health or something and managed to finish it just out of just pulling it back from the brink. That fight was one of my favorite in the game though. Like I loved that we started on Viola. I love that we got to implement Viola into that fight. And
Which that's another narrative thing that confuses me. So we couldn't use Viola for the second half because the dragon ate it, but then we've got Viola back afterwards.
yeah, that goes to your
Good thing we
plot
got a
armor.
spare. Yeah.
Goes to your plot armor of how she was able to escape.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
She's like in
just
Tron, created one.
I guess so. Guess so.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Somehow
that fight
Palpatine
was cool.
returned.
And I was really
Somehow
hoping we'd get a
Viola
boss
returned.
fight in Soul Valley to take advantage of Viola. And then when you're doing the mech part collecting at the end, you do get that boss fight. Unfortunately, it was just one of the lamest boss fights of any video game ever.
You just had to hit it really hard. Like,
Yeah.
You just got to ram its tail on your bike 6 times, and it was.
That took me a long time to figure that out. I didn't realize that. And when I started the fight, I was running around off the bike. And I was like, wait a minute, I should use the bike. So I was like, what? I can't catch up to this thing. But then I figured out I was supposed to use the bike.
Yeah.
The hitbox on him was janky. That's what upset me because a couple
Yeah.
times I did the boost slide into him, and like I passed through his model and it didn't count it as a hit.
I had that happen too.
I had
I
to
was
avoid
getting
doing
big
that.
mad.
I would
Like,
just do
one of
like
the
a
times,
standard NOS boost.
one of the times I hit him and it treated him like a ramp. It sent me into the air, but didn't boot me off the bike. And I was like,
all the time.
what the crap was that?
All the time.
Yeah, that happened to me too. To the point that I'm like, am I supposed to be doing something with like this ramp thing? Like, is this like?
Yeah.
No, it's like no. That
It was
happens,
just
I
jank.
guess.
It was unfortunately just jank.
Yeah, a one-use mechanic that wasn't built very well.
Nope, unfortunately. And again, it comes in the tacked-in area that didn't really necessarily need to be in the game at all. But
yeah, because that was the other thing too. Because I think that I missed the teleporter chip, which apparently you could get earlier in the game. Because by the time like I got the 5 keys and I already had all the green crystals, they're like, "All right, go get the mech pieces. Go search for them." It's like I know where they are. I've encountered them many times in the game. I spent an inordinate amount of time trying to blast them with the electric thing, seeing if I could power them on. It's
yeah, you don't get the teleporter chips till after you have the 5 keys, so you didn't do it wrong.
okay.
Because what's his name has them out in Soul Valley. You got to listen to him preach to you first before he gives them to you.
Also, how convenient was it that it's Soul Valley and the god he's talking to us about is Soldan? It's like
He named it.
Galaxy.
He named it Soul Valley. It's he named it. Okay, that's just gonna be what it is. He named it.
Which, by the way, how nice was it of him to give us, you know, his token of his faith, and for us to immediately be like, cool, and drop it.
We put it on the memory tree. Come on. We're honoring his memory.
It's like, I don't need rando trinkets from plebs. It's like,
Again,
it's like
I do want to say that I'm glad they had their own
we're gonna
personalities.
ditch the seed here, and then we're gonna dump this trinket too. I don't need either one of them.
Nope. I love that they gave them all like pretty fleshed out personalities. Like none of them felt off. Like Armstrong is the biggest offender if you're going to single someone out as being
Senpai noticed me.
Yeah, exactly. But even then,
Yeah.
like if you're a Federation Marine after Super Metroid when this game takes place, according to Nintendo,
Mhm.
think about everything Samus has accomplished up to this point. How are you not going to be like geeking out about
Look,
being
being
in
a little
Senpai's
starstruck
presence?
is one thing. Like this, the fangirling was next level.
I liked it, honestly. I thought it was hilarious.
It's a character trope I don't especially care for.
Oh man, I thought it was pretty funny. Like, yes, completely ridiculous and over the top, but honestly, like I get it. If you were to meet someone as a soldier in the Federation, and you meet someone who has not only taken out the space pirates once, but they've taken them out 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 time, 6 time, and blew up their home world, you know, like
I was about to say, I'd be concerned because, oh yeah, also, I was going to crack that this isn't a real Metroid game because Samus doesn't blow up a planet or a space station, so clearly
I didn't
not
want
a
to blow up
Metroid
your green.
game.
I like it too much. I was like, I don't want to blow this area up. It's too nice.
Yeah, absolutely waiting for her to psychic explosion the planet, and it didn't happen, and I was like, oh.
Hey, we don't know what happened to the planet after the teleporter went up in smoke, okay? Maybe it did
That's
blow the
true.
planet and we just don't know it yet.
I feel like they wouldn't want to kill Silex, so they want him to be in another game, so they might not have, so he wouldn't die. I don't know.
No, Silex is definitely not dead. Like, there's no way he's
Yeah, there's
dead.
no way.
What, you don't think Mackenzie 1v1'd him?
Dude, Mackenzie
No.
just pulled his pistol and just bunkered him right there in the back of the head.
You don't think Mackenzie, using the power of friendship, revived the Goliath? You know, it's like the mech.
Oh, man.
That dude would die in 5 seconds alone.
So,
Mackenzie, man. See, that's the other thing too, because he's an engineer, you know, so he's not supposed to be in a combat role. And so I think they portrayed him perfectly for that capability.
He got forced into it.
Yep.
So
I think again, like I thought each one served a role, and I thought it was cool that they all had personalities like that. And like even Armstrong again, I think she fits fine. It's the robot that I felt was the weirdest one. Like, why on earth is a freaking Federation battle robot so freaking polite?
well, the thing is that, like, because I figured he was there to pilot the mech, right? That was his purpose.
Yeah, but why wouldn't that just be, like, why doesn't the mech have its own AI? Like, why does it need a separate robot to pilot it? It seems inefficient.
I think we're gonna pull a page from what was the thing the Screen Junkies does? The pitch meeting. Be like, hey, shut up. It's like, get all the way off
I need
my
you to
back.
get all the way
about
off my back.
Yeah.
It's like Metal Gear Solid 2, you know? They built Metal Gear Ray, and they have the piloted version of it, but it was meant to be an AI-powered weapon, so then you have all the mass-produced ones that finally have AI. Like,
I was
we
like,
don't need the
speaking of
pilot.
Metal Gear Solid, what in the Sniper Wolf was that introduction for the sniper? I was like, snowy background, wolves running around, sniper. This is all feeling a little familiar.
Except that
I don't
Sniper Wolf
have
wouldn't
a
shot the
cardboard
wolves.
box with urine on it, but still.
Amazing. Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't think that the human characters in the game were that egregious. I feel like a lot of people really took that.
They took it
I
personally
don't
that
know.
they were there, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
the
weren't
boss
happy
was
about
fine.
that.
They had to
And
point
at
out
first,
on the doll where they had been hurt by these characters.
yeah, I mean, at first, where you do have Mackenzie, that is a little bit like, all right, what's going on here? A little bit scary, but then you see, like, all right, nothing too
Yeah.
bad happens with these humans. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the fake sacrifices in the mine area that really ruined their inclusion.
It's like that, and just Mackenzie bothering you when you're clearly doing something else.
Yep, hint system off. Again,
Which,
like
by the
easy
way,
fixes.
also,
Easy
how
fixes.
funny is it that so this was the other thing I did several times throughout the game when I was trying to add or remove a marker, I'd hit the wrong button and I accidentally try to radio Mackenzie, and he's never available.
Never.
He's not available when you're in any of the locations.
That happened to me, and it's like it's such a long like dial
It's
thing.
so
You have to just live
long.
with your mistake
You
for like
just
30
you
seconds.
can't I'm furiously mashing B and it's like, nope, you're gonna have to sit here while it attempts to call and then doesn't find anyone and then tell you it didn't find anyone. You're like, this was
Amazing.
totally
It's like,
necessary.
what is the point of that button? I don't think anyone's ever answered when I hit that button.
It only
Well,
works at Soul Valley.
It only works in Soul Valley. So how about we disable it when you're not in Soul Valley?
Yeah.
Good point.
Well,
Yeah.
I accidentally
Because
pressed it
it's on the
full
map
valid
screen
and I was like,
and it's the same. Yeah. It's like, okay, push Y to open up your little markers and then X to like remove it. Or if you don't open up the marker menu, press X to call. And it's like, but nobody's there. Like, how many times I was just trying to remove a marker and I accidentally hit the call button.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped leaving markers and removing markers. I'm like, I just don't want to deal with this anymore.
I don't think I laid a single marker in that game.
Well, and then the funny thing was that then you get the electric shot and you're like, oh, the scout bots tell you. So I literally didn't have to mark a single thing anywhere in this entire game. That was frustrating.
I liked the scout bots. They made life easy.
Oh, no. I loved the inclusion of scout bots. Like that was a top tier feature. But why was I going through the first half of the game meticulously taking screenshots and marking things on my map to come back to later if you were going to in-game tell me every room that has an undiscovered item?
See, that's my
Like
problem with
that was a wasted effort.
That's my problem with the Prime games. Like Prime 3 included a function like that where it'll mark items for you. But I greatly dislike that we didn't have the indicator that an item was in the rooms in any of the 3D Metroid games. Except Other M. I think Other M had it. Because it's like,
just to tell you to search for it in general.
yeah, because you play Super Metroid on and it has the little circle saying, hey, there's an item in this room. You can hunt it down. Maybe you have the item to get to it, maybe you don't, but you know that there is an item here.
Oh, you know what though? We got done dirty at least 2 times, I think, by the scout bot markers. The one of those shrines has a marker on it, and I turned that shrine upside down. I went through that thing like 3 or 4 times.
Did the same.
It's on the back of the shrine itself. You have to yank a hatch
Yes.
off.
Yep, did that
The
one.
map makes it look like it's inside the shrine. That one pissed me off when I
Yep.
figured it out.
I fell
And
victim
then the
to
other
that
one is the campsites that the sniper goes to are
Those
marked as
were-
having an item.
Those were
But there's-
irritating.
Yeah, because I wasted so much time like trying to figure out how to jump the rocks or something, and you can't
Yup.
do it. Trying
Oh.
to ramp the bike to see, like
Yep.
seeing if there was latch points. You know, and it's
Yep.
like it was driving me
I was
insane. I'm
using
like
psychic
losing my
shots to scout the
mind.
top.
Yeah,
Yep.
the psychic shot turning into a morph ball and bombing all over the place to see if there was something hidden in the sand. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then while you're trying to do this, little spinny cycle guys are trying to come bother you. It's like I was going out of my mind, man. And it's like, no, it's telling you that eventually there'll be a thing here. It's not there yet. I'm like,
Yeah.
that is so rude.
And you don't get access to those until he gives you the teleportation chips. And then you realize, oh,
I've wasted so much time trying to get an item here that isn't actually
yeah.
here.
The other one that got me in Soul Valley was the entrance to the mines. Because you have the one item that you can get after you leave the mines because you finally have Spider Ball. And there's another
But
one
not
underneath the actual bridge that you have to jump to, and that one got me bad. I was like, I already got this freaking item. What are you talking about? And it's like, oh.
Sounds like you guys were trying to like 100% the game.
I did 100% the game,
Yeah.
essentially.
Oh, did you?
I missed
So-
one scan.
I wasn't trying to.
I missed
100%.
the scan, but it was an enemy at the end in the lava pool
Oh, the one
that you had to
stole your
follow
item.
around. I forgot to scan it and didn't realize till
Ugh.
later, and I was like, "Oh, it's too late because I saved."
Yep.
So I just gave up at that point, and after that, I didn't scan in pretty much anything
Yeah.
because it was
I scanned
wasn't-
everything just for the sake of doing it. Like,
I wanted 100%, but I failed.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on 100%ing originally, but I got so close at a certain point that I was like, if it's along the way, whatever, you know? The game makes you backtrack, and you usually have the item you need by that point.
Yep.
Towards the end of the game, though, I was just done with it. So I finished with like 94, 92%, I think.
I
it
had
just- I was like,
99
just-
scans,
I just-
100% items.
I hit a certain point where I just didn't care anymore, so I just finished the game.
Yep.
I'm curious, though, just since we're on the topic, how long did it take you all to beat the game? Like, what was
23 hours.
23 hours. Nice.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time being lost, but I spent maybe 2 hours in Ice Belt trying to figure out how to get out. And then it got to a point where I ended up looking up someone's video on YouTube because I was like, I can't get out of here. And then it was super obvious.
It happens,
I was like,
man.
oh,
It happens.
I just wasted so much time in here.
It happens
I was
so
walking
much.
back and forth between the whole area. Couldn't get out.
Yeah,
I
I
have
feel
no-
like I probably took 14, 15, 16 hours, maybe. Like, it wasn't too long.
I think it was about 13 to 15 is where I was at.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Just about.
Yeah, I don't know what my actual game time was because I had multiple instances where I had the game open, but like I've got a new puppy
Uh-huh.
and we're also potty training our son. So like I would just leave the game open and be going to deal with that stuff.
Yeah.
You know. So like I know like at one point I even left it open, I went and got dinner and came back. So like that added like an hour of time. So
Yeah.
I don't know what my playtime was. I would guess somewhere between 12 to 14 hours.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah,
I saw-
I was at 15 hours 28 minutes. The only reason I know that is because I loaded it up yesterday. But I liked how this falls in line really well with other Metroid Prime games in terms of time to completion. Because, like my first time playing through Metroid Prime 1, I think that took me like 50 plus hours, and this most recent playthrough I did of it last year was about 13 hours. So it's like if you think about the time that was added on because of Soul Valley, if you remove that, this would be around that 13-hour mark as well, which I think is a good time frame for this type of game personally. So I thought that was nice. Prime 3 was way shorter. I don't remember how long that one took me. And then Prime 2 was the longest. That one took me like 17 hours, 18 hours.
It took me longer to beat Prime 4 than it took you to beat Prime 2. How in the world? I just spent so many hours being lost.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
not
it
to
happens.
mention the areas that are a lot more, I guess, less involved and then linear. So
Yeah.
linear.
Yeah.
And I still got lost. So if I play through those three, I mean, I'm going to be spending 15 hours just walking around, not being able to figure out where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
See, those games pad their run times with like egregious amounts of back and forthing.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I think that's why Prime 3 was really nice, because it didn't do that as much as Prime 1 and 2. But that's why it's also a lot shorter.
Yeah, but that's just artificial filler. You know, it's like
Yes,
it's
but
like go from one end of the building to the other end of the building to go back to the first end of the building to be like, oops, go back to that. You know, it's like
yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. If the game is well made, because that is a core aspect of a lot of Metroid, like you revisit
Yeah.
areas a lot. And so if the areas are done right, you enjoy doing that. Like you enjoy going back and being like, haha, sucker, I have better weapons now. And you get to take them out faster. And like you enjoy like going through the areas just because they're fun to navigate through because they were well designed. And so I think that's where Prime 1 excelled at compared to Prime 2. Prime 3, it didn't. I might be forgetting a lot about my Prime 3 playthrough, unfortunately, but I feel like I really didn't have to backtrack as much during that game. And then Prime 4, you revisit each area once to finish it. And then you're going back and forth to Mackenzie. And so we already talked about how going back and forth between the launch pad and Mackenzie isn't the greatest of built areas. Other than visually, it's beautiful to look at. So yeah, I mean, yeah. I think the runtime of this game is like right there in that perfect area.
Yeah, I think it's a good time too. Yeah,
even with the artificial inflation. Like if Soul Valley had bumped the game up into being like 25 hours long, I would have railed on it a lot more than I do, like because I don't think it's bad. Like I think the runtime is right there.
All right. I was gonna say I might have to watch a speed run of this now. It looks like the any percent is under 3.5 hours.
Dang.
Wow.
And
That's a zero mission time.
And the 100% is under 4.5.
Dang. Let's go. Someone's got good bomb jumps.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that might be worth checking out.
All right.
That's
awesome.
crazy.
That is insane. So I think an important area we need to talk about for Metroid Prime 4 also is its visuals.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Except for Soul Valley, which is kind of boring, but everything else, oh man. It's one of the most gorgeous Nintendo game ever. Like,
I would agree with that. That
especially
it's
like
beautiful.
Fury Green. I'm just like, this is why I didn't want to blow it up, because it just looks too nice.
Yeah,
and I was so happy that I didn't have to, because I was like, ooh, this is gorgeous. I don't want to destroy all this.
Yeah, I think that Prime 4 easily stands up as one of the visual masterpieces of the Switch 2, hands down, to start us off with. But even on Switch 1, like, this game was built as a Switch 1 game. It got a Switch 2 version added. But this is a Switch 1 game at its heart. And it's like, yeah, you play this on Switch 1, it's lower resolution. That's it. Like, it still runs beautifully, and it looks good, just low res. So, yes, it is a bit more blurry. Because I played through it on Switch 2, I watched my son play it on Switch 1, and I was like, yeah, it's the same game. Like, this is a visual stunner, even on Switch 1. And it's
I can't
so
wait
cool.
to see what a fifth game would look like, because it would be Switch 2 exclusive. So it would be made for Switch 2. I just can't imagine. It would be insane.
Yes, sir, go on.
It's one of them, yeah.
I also
Hey,
it's one of my favorite things about the game.
I just want to say that I'm looking up the speed runs right now. The any percent, like you said, is about 3.5 times. That would actually happen today, 13 hours ago.
Dang.
So
Let's go.
I didn't even notice that one. As the 100% one where someone got under 4.5 happened 3 days ago. All the other times were like 5:15 or something. So somebody just figured out a massive time save.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's got to be some sequence break or something.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna do something to check out at some point.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Yeah, visuals. I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it's good that it looks nice because, kind of carrying on the tradition that Prime 1 set.
Prime 1 was a masterpiece for the GameCube when it came out, hands down.
Prime 1, especially because it was so early in the GameCube's life, was just
right
absolutely
there at the beginning,
gorgeous, visually stunning, and it was funny. It got a lot of kind of hate at the time. I don't remember which game the Game Awards at that time gave Prime the Best Visuals Award over Halo Combat Evolved, and people were big mad about that.
Well, I mean, they shouldn't have even been in the same voting year.
Yeah, I have
Halo
no
came
idea.
out in 2001. Prime.
Yeah, I don't know. They obviously weren't going off calendar years.
I don't know.
But yeah, it was a good looking game. It's funny. I actually the timing of this, I got a Facebook memory yesterday from 1 year ago. Amazon notifying me they were canceling my 2018 pre-order of this game.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and I was like, of course, when I got the pre-order 10% bonus because they were competing with Best Buy at the time, you know.
And it was a
Yeah, I
different
can't
price
honor
when it
that.
first got pre-ordered too.
You know, it's like, yeah, fine, don't let me have my 10% discount, jerks. But it
Yeah.
was funny because I mused on it at the time because I was like, figuring out, is this actually launched on Switch 1? Is it going to be Switch 2? Is it going to be both, like Breath of the Wild? And it's like, because we got a little gameplay trailer, and it's like, this is not anything that the Switch wouldn't be able to handle. It might be on the upper end of what the Switch can do, but like, it's within the realm of possibilities.
Yeah.
So I will say, like, game design choices aside, like the visuals they nailed, I think.
Yeah, easily. Everything looks really good. And even when you get close to objects, like the texture resolution on most things is really nice, even at close viewing distances. As you get further into the game, you can see that shadows and stuff and textures on like the characters or the Federation characters aren't as good as they could have been. But unless you're specifically looking for it, you're not gonna notice it. Like, I only noticed it because I was specifically looking for flaws. And it's
You know,
like, okay, here we go. That shadow's weird. The texture on Armstrong is very fuzzy and ugly. Oh, look at this texture on this one specific rock. If you look at it from this angle, it's like, that's wrong. It's like, when you get to that level of nitpicking about the visual presentation, it's like, slap yourself in the face and reevaluate your life.
You're definitely
It's the
not
fact that
like
it's
normally
that hard
noticeable.
to see the visual mistake. Like, you have to try, which is crazy.
yeah, it's definitely no Pokemon Scarlet Violet.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on that one.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be game of the month if we didn't do a quick drive-by on somebody.
Yeah.
But it was funny though, 'cause visually too. I did chuckle partway through the game, like as we started adding more Federation soldiers. I was like, every one of these people has a mask over their face so that we don't have to attempt to do faces while talking.
Yep.
You know?
It's
Good
And
smart.
point.
It's smart.
I was like, because it's hard and it's so easy to get wrong.
Yeah.
So I was actually surprised at the end where they all went helmet or up to say goodbye, and there was like, do you think that's the artist just being like, we can too make faces?
Because, I mean, when
I
you
think they
first
just
meet
wanted to have that
Mackenzie,
face to face to someone who's been silent to them for the entire experience. That's
yeah,
what they were
exactly.
looking
Back
for.
to that stupid silent tree crap. But I mean, that's the thing too, because like when you first meet Mackenzie, he pulls his mask off to talk to you, and then puts it back on and leaves it on the rest of the game until the very end, like that. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. Like, while they're at base camp, it would have made sense for them to take their helmets off when they're just shooting the breeze and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely to save on the rendering budget. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's budgetary, right? Because it's a lot cheaper to have an artist make a helmet and then just have music, the audio play out of that helmet than it is to be rendering a face
Yeah, a
for
lot
all these
less polygons,
conversations.
like it just saves on the
Well,
rendering
and
budget.
it's also fewer action items in their queue for things they have to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
It makes perfect sense. And
That
again,
goes
like,
into Samus
yeah.
too, because the only time you see her face is or you see her reflection.
well, I
So,
think if you get the 100% ending, don't you get to see her take her
oh
helmet
yeah,
off?
that's right.
Yeah, you get the helmet
Yeah.
off animation like you do in other Prime games.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't get that though because again, I missed the one scan.
Do you know which one it was you missed?
I do
Which
know
scan
which
did you
one
miss?
I do know which one it was. It was the
Which-
mid-level boss in Volt Forge, the little robot that has all the other little robots that fly around him.
Oh,
And
really?
so it's
Oh,
not-
and that's like, you run
It's
into it
not
twice.
considered a missable scan because you fight it again after you revisit Volt Forge and you're leaving.
Yeah.
You fight it again, and other people have claimed that it will respawn there other times. And so my playtime probably would have been an hour and a half less if I hadn't been going back and forth in and out of Volt Forge trying to get that stupid scan.
See, that's the thing, because you said earlier you only go back to each area once, and I was like, I definitely did that wrong. Because I think I went to Volt Forge like 4 or 5 times. Like probably every time I got a new item, I was like, I'm going back to Volt Forge because I know a place I can use this.
Well, I mean, there's the
But like,
item
yeah,
hunting aspect of
yeah,
backtracking, but I
but
mean actual story progression. They send
story
you back to
tracking,
each
yeah, I was
area
like,
once.
yeah, I only fought that guy twice. The first time for the story, and then the second time when you're leaving Volt Forge and he's rudely there. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I am not fighting this clown every single time I come through here.
Yeah, so that's the only scan I missed because I scanned him and then he killed me. And then I went and killed him, forgetting to scan him again. But since I thought I'd already scanned him, I didn't scan him the second time he showed up. So yeah, none of the guides, because once I hit 99%, I was like, all right, is this guy missable? I look it up. Is this one missable? And no guides claim it to be missable at the time when I was looking it up. So it's like, well, he's definitely missable. Like, I'm sorry. He does not spawn anywhere. I've spent so much time looking for it because I wanted that 100%. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. Oh well. But visually speaking, the psychic visor is also pretty cool. I like the effects that brought into play. The way things would shine.
Yeah, making the things like green and highlighted kind of trivialize some of the game, but at the same time, I was trying to get through it quickly for Game of the Month discussion, so I was all right with that.
This is one thing we need to criticize about the new scan visor, though, because Prime 2 and 3
Psychic scan visor.
perfected the scan visor with lore being red, important things being another color, and all the things that are just going to be like whatever scans would be blue. And then when you finish scanning something, it would all turn the same color. And so everything being green made it less obvious what scans were going to be important and actually contribute to your logbook, unlike prior Metroid Prime games. So, little nitpick on the scan visor there. Like, it was unfortunate that they just decided to uniformly coat everything the same color except for the specific doors that would be yellow. Oh.
And how long it would take to scan got a little tedious too.
That is actually faster than most Metroid Prime games.
But again, I've never played another one, so this is my first one.
I agree with you. Like having played the other Prime games, I was like, wait a minute, you mean I was able to successfully scan the boss before he blasted me?
Yeah.
That's nice.
It was. Like, that was what I first saw when I was like, wow, these scans are fast. But I mean, that's part of the charm of a Metroid Prime game, is using that scan visor to find things. And so this Metroid Prime game, it has like the lowest amount of logbook entries of any of them, I think, which I both liked and disliked, because one, it made it so I was able to actually do it. Two, I was actually able to do it.
Yeah, it's like, it was small, but like that also made it feel like there was less bloat. And I realized it was also small because of all the development issues,
Yeah, exactly.
It's time crunch and stuff, but
exactly.
It was a little welcome because,
Exactly.
when you hunt those in the other games, like you get scans and you're like, I don't even care like what this is about.
No, there's so many missable ones in the past games too. Like, this one has the least amount of missable things, but there are still missable things, so retain some of the DNA.
Like a door.
Or the wolves, if
You
you
have
don't
to
do
scan a new door every time you go into a new area.
Yeah.
And like, I know what a door is. I don't need to scan this again.
Yeah.
Or, a bomb slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
all
was
the item
weird.
pickups, all the power-ups, like, I hated those being a logbook requirement in past games. So.
And they still are.
But yeah. And I mean, you could tell that, again, you can tell that this game wasn't as fleshed out as they had hoped it would have been. But again, I'm happy with the product that we did get overall. Criticisms, like, definitely necessary criticisms, and hope to see them addressed in Prime 5, but considering how long it's been since a proper Metroid Prime game, like, can any of us really call it an awful or bad game?
So I was going to say
that
it's not a bad game. It's a good game, even a great game. It's just it has weak spots.
And most good games do.
Yeah.
I'd say the highs are high and the lows are lows.
Yeah,
That's the best way to put
Yeah.
it. But like
exactly.
where it's good, it's really, really good. But where it's frustrating, it's really, really frustrating.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Thankfully, the highs outnumber the lows. But
I'd
before,
agree.
before we call this discussion, though, like we do need to touch on audio a bit because this game has one of the best soundscapes I've heard in years, and easily like one of my favorite Metroid soundtracks. Like my gosh, it is fantastic.
Bolt Forge,
Yeah, I
man.
would
It's so
say
cool.
the soundtrack rivals the visuals, right? Like they're both just so incredible.
Oh yeah,
The soundtrack is beautiful. The beat for Volt Fortress, where you're like leaving and there's like a techno beat with like the Metroid music, it's just like, oh my god, this is incredible, right?
The
yes,
Silux boss theme. I really
Oh,
like
man.
that one.
yes,
good.
Yeah.
yes. I've listened to this soundtrack on the Nintendo Music app a few times since beating the game because the only other Metroid game that I've listened to the soundtrack repeatedly after beating the game is Metroid Prime 1, and maybe a couple of the chip tunes from Metroid Fusion and Super Metroid. Other than that, it's like nothing from Prime 2 is memorable to me, nothing from Prime 3 is memorable to me. And it's like, no. Like, even Area Green or whatever it's called, like, that song is so sick. I love the subtle undertones of Chozo Ruins that they have in there in Talon Overworld or whatever one it was. I'm not remembering right off the top of my head. But they have undertones of that there, and it's like, this is sick. Like, it's so good. And then, like, sound effects bring in a lot of the previous sound effects from the past Prime games, so everything instantly feels familiar. And then on top of the new sound effects that are added in. Again, the voice work. They have phenomenal voice work from all the characters. Like, none of them sound bad. Like, yes, they might have corny dialogue of Senpai Notice Me, but, like, they sound good. They sound believable. And then you have Silux, who sounds like a freaking, like, bad A, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna look forward to killing you.
I just
that's
like
all
the
the
way he
more-
talks to Samus. Like, it's you and me. I just thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, it is. It is. And again, the voice work, the voice direction is done so well that's like it. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the reason though that it just hurts that they had Jennifer Hale, this absolute legend of the voice acting community, voicing Samus in previous games, but not getting to actually do dialogue. And now you get a new actress, interesting choice, but you don't actually do any dialogue. And it's like it's just efforts,
And
you
that
know?
done.
hurt
And it's
the
so
game as a
weird.
result.
It's just an odd choice. Like it
Like, you don't
feels like
disrespect Commander Shepard like that. I'm like, that's not okay.
Yeah, it hurt the game as a result. Like, that's all there is to say
Yeah.
about it. Their choice of being scared to let Samus have any dialogue hurts the narrative of the game that was already narratively weak.
Yeah. So,
Mm.
I mean, and then again, it's just like you've already got Jennifer Hale, and it's like if anyone doesn't know who that is, just go to IMDb and look up her name and have fun scrolling through 700 acting credits. I guarantee
Holy
you've
cow.
heard something. You've absolutely heard something. Like,
But
Uh-huh.
it's funny too because she's come to the Salt Lake Comic Convention Fan X before, and usually when I get like autographs from people, I don't like get like starstruck. But she was the main one for me because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Commander Shepard right there. and
And
so
we're going to
like,
be talking
I just
more
like was
about her
blank
voice
faced
work
the
next
entire
month when we
time.
cover Mass Effect 1.
Yes, we will.
yes, because we definitely didn't choose the male protagonist.
Who chooses male
You
shit?
still hear Jennifer Hale in
I'm
it.
just
Who
gonna see
chooses male
myself
shit? Come
out.
on now.
Oh my gosh.
But
Oh,
any,
man.
yeah, it's that was an interesting choice, but yeah, the music is awesome. I love that you called out the Volt Forge, because like that one's a vibe. You kind of get into it while you're exploring and battling and stuff. You're like, I'm digging this.
And you gotta love how the tone would shift in the track between rooms. Also, like the dynamicness of the soundscape of the soundtrack is just so phenomenal. So phenomenal.
And when you're trained to use your bike, it plays the Metroid Prime theme in parts of it. Did you guys notice that?
I don't think I
The
did.
Metroid Prime.
I don't think I
theme
did
in
notice
Prime
that one.
Yeah,
That's cool.
when you're going up like the elevators and stuff, it'll play the Prime 1 boss theme of the Prime, Metroid Prime.
Oh, that's fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting.
I need to call out one sound effect though. So the main enemy you fight in this game, we never really talked about it, but like the main enemy you fight in this game are the Grievers.
Yep.
Did anyone
I don't
else
know.
notice the sound effect that would accompany a Griever encounter? Did anyone else notice that you were just constantly digivolving?
Nope.
Oh, is that what that shriek was?
Yes, it's it sounds like freaking digivolving from Digimon. And so
See,
I am actually
I was
watching through
Pokemon
Digimon
only.
with my
I've
kids
never-
now. Because
I'll
of that
never be able
sound
to unhear
effect.
that now.
That sound effect was going on every single time you fight Grievers in some of the locations. I'm like, Griever, Digivolve to Dead Griever. And so it
Yeah,
just
that's
kept playing. And so now I'm actually watching Digimon through with my kids because I can't get that stupid sound effect out of my head. It's like, you know what? We're going to go watch Digimon now. If I'm going to hear it in my head, I might as well hear it. But yeah, it was
They Wilhelm screamed you with the Digimon.
it's like Digivolve to Dead Grievers. No, see, it was the Lemorne Digivolve to Grievers. And Grievers Digivolve to Dead Grievers. Yay! How about that for a plot device, though? It was a self-inflicted transformation into a zombie horde.
Yeah.
I was about to say too, it's like, so you mean like every time I've been blasting these Grievers, I've been blasting the people who've been asking me to save them. That's
Yep.
interesting.
Exactly. It was a narrative choice. Again, no spoiler. Again, spoiler alert from the beginning of this episode. If you're still here with us after 2 hours, like, oh man,
It's just funny that Samus feels bad for them, but they did it to themselves.
yeah,
You know?
yep, they were.
I mean, at the same time, you're talking about a couple of scientists did it to their entire society, right? It's not
Yeah.
like every one of them volunteered for it.
Yep. And again, what makes Samus immune to it? Because you saw that it affected all of the wildlife in the game.
Maybe it's the suit.
Maybe so.
Or that just the physiology is different, right? She's, not, a species that originated from that planet.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Maybe
that
she's
could be
got
it.
psychic Griever repellent.
Yeah. Definitely doesn't have that. We get attacked by him way too often.
I guess that's
upgrade.
fine.
Psychic repellent.
But yeah, did anyone else I don't know who else here has watched Digimon. Like, I'm old, so
Not since I was little kid. I don't remember.
I'm the right age, but I was Pokemon only. So.
oh, I did both. I liked both.
Same.
I think Digimon had a better anime than Pokemon, to be honest. So
Well, I mean, Ash set the bar pretty low, so that's
Yeah, exactly.
maybe accurate. But
yeah, pretty
I
much.
was just I was in a school environment where you picked one or the other. It was the new Sega versus Nintendo. You didn't do both.
Oh man, yeah. I liked both camps. I like Pokemon games and I like Digimon show. But anyway, I just could not get that out of my head the first time I heard it. I was like, dude, why are the Grievers Digimon? Because it's just like, oh my
Can we
gosh.
do ratings out of 10? What we think?
Yeah, let's go ahead and close this one out. We've been going for 2 hours. I personally think I've made my peace with most of the aspects of this game. If someone else would like to drop something before we close out, feel free to. Going once?
I'm good. I would just say that with my rating, I think I would give it a solid 8. I've been thinking about it. I think it's high up there. You should play it, but it's not perfect.
Yeah.
It's not Prime 1, but what I say is people expect it to be Prime 1, but it's Prime 4, not Prime 1.
Yep.
So,
Yep. I think that's fair.
What would you rate it, Mackay?
I don't know. Maybe a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I would say up until hunting down green crystals, I'd probably give it an 8. After that, it's lucky to get a 7. That's where I'm right now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yep.
I'm like, for me, being objective, I think I call it a 7. Um, I would rate it lower otherwise, but just in general, because I don't typically enjoy Metroid back and forthing and all that. But this one was linear and like it's part and parcel of the genre, so it's like I can't really complain about it while I'm playing it. So I think it's a 7.
Yeah. See, I'm going with the 8 route too, because a lot of the stuff that bugged other people does not bug me. I think they gave me a lore explanation for why it is that way. And again, you give me a compelling reason, I'll go along with it. And so it is the narrative struggles and Samus being complete mute that knock it down a lot in my mind. And yeah, like it just bothers me. Like I love the lore of Metroid, so just having these inconsistencies and contradictions in game itself, like even in the last battle, you could see Samus is willing to sacrifice herself for the rest of the Federation troops by tackling Sylux into that portal and things like that. And she wanted to save Sylux even in the portal. And it's just, it bothers me. So gameplay wise, I think it is top tier. Soul Valley doesn't bother me. Green Crystals didn't bother me as much as other people. I thought there was a natural collection of them as you play through the game. Depending on if you paid attention to them at the beginning or not, I guess. But yeah, just the narrative. The narrative side really tore it down to me. So went from being a 9 to an 8.
Yeah, I would agree with 8.
Yeah. And I mean, I see the complaints. I understand the complaints other people have with it. And like, yeah, if you want to rate it lower, like, yeah, it makes sense to me. Definitely makes sense to me. I can see it. Like, I don't mind the things that other people seem to mind. And like, I'd say this is my second favorite Metroid Prime game at this point, behind Prime 1. And Prime 2 is definitely still the worst Metroid game ever made, so no one needs to worry about that. So, there you go. Every Federation Force is a better Metroid game than Prime 2. Ayo.
I mean, you seem to have more fun with it on stream.
Dude, Federation Force was a blast, man. I wish I could have played it co-op. Like, that was cool. I hope they re-release it on Switch, man. Like, that'd be so great to be able to play it co-op.
I don't think they will because they
Oh,
got
they
too
won't.
much hate and they're just too scared now.
Yeah, they won't touch it again. No, definitely not. It's wishful thinking.
Plus, we've got lots of other 3DS titles that deserve a remaster or port before that one.
Oh, definitely.
Samus Returns.
Link Between Worlds, that one needs to come to consoles.
Now people are talking about how Triforce Heroes is going to be the one that gets re-released.
God, no.
Only if
No.
Nintendo wants to punish us. They're like, oh, you were review bombing and complaining about things? I'll give you something to complain about.
Yeah, exactly. All right. But yeah, I think that Metroid Prime 4 is definitely a game worth checking out for fans of Metroid games, or if you are into action games that have a shooterish vibe but are PvE and world exploration. Like, this is a game right up your alley. Beautiful to look at, great to play. Some narrative and Soul Valley will probably irritate you potentially, but price is a bit steep at the moment for what you get, in my opinion. I think that this should be like a $50 game at most, instead of $70 on Switch 2. So waiting for a price drop might not be such a bad thing, but again, if you're a Metroid fan, definitely go in knowing that you'll probably enjoy it just fine. But yeah, I've got nothing else to really say about this. Check out my review of the game to get a more concentrated aspect of my thoughts on it, I guess. But guys, thank you so much for joining me in this awesome panel to discuss Metroid Prime 4. This is what makes Game of the Month so fun.
Thanks for having us.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so we'll be back next month. We've already voted on Mass Effect 1 being our game of the month, so you can come discuss. Man, 2007, man, what a fantastic year. So yeah, we'll be talking all about 2007 next time with Mass Effect 1. So we'll see you back next month, everybody. Take it easy, play some Mass Effect, play some Metroid Prime 4. See you later.